this. Never mind. You asked me what this character is. It's a character from Hololive.
I think that sounds awfully familiar.
Second or third branch. Well, it's familiar to you because I've shown you them several times.
I know. Yeah. I'm sure you have. And I'm always trying to follow along, and sometimes I can't. There's just I learn a lot about myself when I'm around you. Let's be fair. Like
you learn that you're not as into anime as you thought.
Well, yeah, pretty much. It's always like, well, it's funny because like I enjoy the medium, but then I meet people like you, and it's like, oh, I really don't enjoy it as much as I thought I did. Like, if I'm being real,
that's perfectly fine.
Right?
That's perfectly fine because like, I'd say I enjoy the medium probably more than the average person, and that is something I'm not exactly what's the word, proud of myself for. On one hand, on the other hand, I embrace it because it's like it's just,
well, I mean,
it's just shows I like. People like stuff like literally any TV show. You don't see people going around. I mean, you might see people going around shaming people for like Bridezilla or something like that. That's just the first show that came up in my mind. But you don't see people shaming them for that, so.
Right. Well, no, it's fine. Like, it's like enjoy whatever. It's like enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. But I do think I will say it is kind of strange when there are lolly tanks involved. You know what I mean? Or
are you talking about girls in Panzer?
I mean,
they're not really tanks. They're just lollies riding.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I only know about like mediums or I only know about shows like that from other people, right? Or like somebody sharing it with me, and I'm just what am I looking at? What is this? And it just kind of but you know, I mean, even it's like that with anything. Like even like Supernatural, like there's tons of people who love Supernatural. Granted, I saw maybe like 2-3 episodes of the show, and I was not a big fan personally. It just didn't really appeal to me, and I understood why people enjoyed it. But to be fair, I also dropped that for what's the name of the show? Oh my god, it's like my favorite one right now on Netflix. High Score Girl. I fucking love that show. That show was amazing. Absolutely blew me away. But to be fair, I'm a big fan of rom-coms. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I like that show.
I feel like it's just something I've noticed is just at least with my family with rom-coms and stuff like that. It almost seems like it's not looked down on. It's like as a guy, you don't normally watch those kinds of shows. So right. I don't know if you ever encountered something like that in school life, but like as a guy, it's like you should be watching more of the shonen stuff.
Dude, I'm a baker. Like, I'm surrounded by girls all the time. Like, I'm the only dude in the bakery. I mean, I generally just don't. But, I also work out a lot. I also, like, eat a lot of protein. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm a fucking, let's do this shit. So I think it balances out. Yeah, no, I think it balances out. You just gotta, I appreciate, like, tons of things. I'm not constricted to one thing, and that's why I like comic books, and I like working out, and I like anime, like, but I sprinkle in a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not married to one certain thing. I know there's like a lot of Westerners who are like, anime is weird, or it's like, oh, stop watching those cartoons, and then you'll show them like Attack on Titan,
right.
Or even like like High School, like what is it, High School DxD, or is it High School of the Dead? I don't remember which one it is.
So both those are animes.
Oh, are they the
There's
same
High
thing?
School of the Dead, and then there's High School DxD. Now they're different series, but I haven't personally seen them. But I do, from the clips that I've seen, there's some differences between them.
I'm very surprised you haven't seen either of those because I remember in high school those were the big ones. Like I remember.
Yeah, so when I first started, those were the big ones as well. I just kind of... I looked at them, but I was too busy watching something like Kiss X Sis, or, something like that. Trust me, it's good trash. It's not, but it's good trash. Just
it's not, but it is.
Believe me.
I mean,
I was...
Right. I was just going to say I feel the same way about, like, Toradora.
Toradora is... Yeah, it's just... it's trash. I'm going to be honest. It's trash.
It's very obvious that show was written by a girl, you know? It's like, I went back at...
Oh.
Yeah, what?
I think I've seen, interviews with the writer of Toradora, and I'm pretty sure they are a girl. I could be wrong, but...
I checked the writer. Because I do a lot of writing, right? I like to write. So whenever I watch movies or TV shows, it's always really interesting to see the writer interpreting how they feel about certain political views, or even how they feel about stigmas and just people in general. So it's always really interesting to see just kind of how they tackle those situations. When I was watching Toradora, the whole time I was like, a girl wrote this. Like, a girl wrote this show. Because a guy would not stick around for a girl that annoying that long. Like, it's just not. I mean,
well, you see that kind of writing all throughout the anime industry. It's not necessarily a girl writing trope there.
Right.
With anime in general, tsunderes are just absolutely adored for no reason. I think they're really, really annoying, but for whatever reason, they're adored.
I think it's the idea of I think the idea there is it's trying to get to a girl who's emotionally enclosed from everybody else, and then like making progress with that person.
There's that, and then there's like one scene in Toradora, and I believe the very first episode, where she literally just tries to stab him with a wooden sword.
Right.
There's emotionally closed off, and then there's just straight up being, for lack of a better word, a bitch.
Right. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. You know, I don't kink shame, man. You know, we all have our kinks. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's like that's like the furry thing, right? It's something that like I think I can really attribute the whole furry thing to like the 90s, you know, because it was just a very common thing for whatever reason, like 90s animated shows, just to have like furry females and for them to be the love interests, and then it's like, oh, where do these furries come from? Gee, I wonder why. Look at the 90s. Same thing with like the goth girls, you know? It's like, it seems that every cartoon in the 90s had a goth girlfriend, which I just find hilarious. Did they bring us cake?
Yes,
I'm confused.
They brought us cans of soda.
Oh, they did? Oh, I must have... damn it, yeah. I turned off the toggle. I can't hear or see them, and I can't see the cake because I accidentally turned that off, but it's going to come up in the camera for sure. Anyway. Okay. I can't see it, but I know the camera well, so it's fine. Anyway, yeah, no, it's like the goth thing, you know? And then it's like, people wonder, it's like, well, what's up with the 20-year-olds nowadays that are looking for the big titty goth girlfriends? It's like, blame...
Big titty goth girl?
Yeah, it's the cartoons,
Sorry,
man.
I'm just stumbling over my words, don't worry about me.
No, don't worry about it. I mean, at least... I kind of, like, you know, like, ever seen Danny Phantom? You ever watched Danny Phantom?
Yeah, I watched it when I was a kid.
Yeah, you know, like,
I also
Danny
watched
Phantom.
Ben 10 as well was one. But
yep.
that was more for, like, the furry thing, but I mean, you still see.
Yeah,
that kind of
exactly.
stuff.
Like it's just kind of weird. It's just kind of just or like regular show, you know. Like I think I saw a clip on YouTube
Yeah.
where it was like I watch regular show for the plot, and it was like a scene of like Margaret on a bike, and she had like a bra on, and like you could see like her ass when she's like biking. It's like, whoa, this is a kids show. This is a kids show.
Yeah, for the plot.
Right, for
Well,
the
you'll
plot.
find with kid shows is a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of the kid shows are actually designed with the parents that are forced to watch it in mind.
Right.
So
Exactly.
for instance, if you look at like SpongeBob, there's a lot of like pretty not necessarily safe for work things
Right.
just said, not shown but said.
Right. And oh my god, SpongeBob is fucking hilarious on so many levels. Like the depth of like the joke quality is amazing, and I think it's really funny how like when you're a kid, you relate more with
It somehow
SpongeBob.
it
Yeah.
ages with you. The jokes.
Yeah, it's
With
it's
SpongeBob,
crazy.
they age with you.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Have you seen any of the more modern SpongeBob?
No, I haven't. I don't have cable anymore,
Right.
so
Oh well, neither do I. I just
and
watch clips on
I can't
YouTube.
be I can't be fucked to go watch clips on YouTube. To be honest, if I'm watching clips, I'm watching the good shit. I'm watching the old stuff from when I was a kid.
Well, okay, right. Well, they have some pretty good jokes. Like there's a scene where it's like a mom in SpongeBob. It's like a mom and her daughter, and she's getting her ready to go to the pool, and she puts like the floaties on her arms, and she's like, "You got wings now, like there you go," and she starts flying away. She like leaves like the ocean. she goes into the stratosphere. And she's just gone. Like she just floats away. It's like
Just
okay,
fucking-
that's pretty good. And it's new SpongeBob. It's new SpongeBob. And they have some pretty good jokes. Like they have some pretty keen ones. Um, they have some. They got gold nuggets. It's pretty great. But no, I do agree that I think the older episodes were funnier, and I think it's because back then it was a lot easier to make jokes about pretty much whatever you wanted without any repercussions, really. But no, those are good show. It's a good show. I definitely miss like waking up to like Saturday morning cartoons because I didn't have like direct TV growing up or like Dish Network. I literally had like satellite TV. I had like a coat hanger on the top of my TV, and I'd literally wake up for Saturday morning cartoons. Like I'm not even shitting. That's what I had for the longest time. But you know, that's what I
Well,
had.
then
It
you
was
probably
cool.
never got to experience. You probably never got to experience what actually probably set my path in life towards anime. When I was a kid, there was this one show on I can't remember if it was Disney or Nickelodeon. I can't remember which, but it was a show called Bakugan.
I'm
Never heard of
very,
it.
I'm very familiar with Bakugan. My little brother was obsessed with it, but go on.
Yeah, see, I watched it when it was popular. I even owned a game for it, which the game was actually really fucking fun. Like, seriously, the game that they released for the Wii was
Right.
actually really fun.
Right.
I know people like to rag on the Digimon games, but it felt like a modern Digimon game.
Right.
So, people might consider it shit, but to, like, my 12-year-old, it wasn't even 12, like, to my 10-year-old brain, I was like, this shit's fucking fun.
Right. Well,
Because you literally go around, collect these mechanical monsters that actually transform into real monsters, and you just fucking punt them towards the center of the field onto a magnetic card, and then you throw cards down around it, basically, which power up your Bakugan.
right.
It's actually a really cool system. I weirdly remember it still.
Like I remember my brother owning a few of those cards. I will say I do remember having a Preus Bakugan because he was my favorite by far. So I do remember. I even think actually I might have owned one of those like fucking fat ones that was like like the huge ones that were this big, and I think it
The
was
one-
a I think it was a Preus one. I think it was. Um, but I just remember I remember my brother having those cards, and the I just remember like throwing the Bakugan, and they just never they just never landed on the cards because like the magnets were just never strong enough, and then you're just like, ah, piece of shit.
You just gotta.
Just
You just roll it.
I couldn't do it. I was incapable of rolling it properly when I was playing it. I couldn't do it. I did not have the mental
I would
capacity.
just like
And
flick that shit.
yeah, I do
Flick that
remember
shit.
I do remember one time one of the neighborhood kids had I think my brother told me that he had stolen his Bakugan, and I basically went to go beat the shit out of this kid to go give my brother his Bakugan back, and oh my, I feel so bad. I wonder what that kid is up to. I mean, he was, but I I went to school with him. Like I feel so bad. I mean, like I feel bad about it now, but at the time I was just so defensive about it. Like I was just like I remember like pitting him up against a tree and being like, give my brother's Bakugan back." He's like, "I didn't steal it." He's like, "I didn't steal it."
Some serious shit right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he's like, "I didn't steal it," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever, dude." Oh, hold up, my arm's gonna tweak for a moment. My
Oh hell yeah!
no, leave my arm alone. Okay, there we go. But yeah, that was
Untwist
a
that
memory. That was a memory that I
Fucking
forgot
keep knocking
about.
shit over on my desk.
I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh might go in that direction though. I feel like eventually we might get to the point where we'll have like holograms, so we can play Yu-Gi-Oh, and that the day that happens, the world is gonna
That would be fucking
explode.
sick.
The day like Kaibas are gonna start popping up in real life. We're gonna have real life Yu-Gi-Ohs. Like it's gonna be amazing. I very much look forward to that day.
I challenge you to a duel.
Oh my god, we're gonna have the blade things, the fucking arm like things. It's just gonna slide shit in
The
them.
fucking mobile games.
Yeah,
The mobile fucking
exactly.
game board that just like pops out. Also, I fucking knocked that soda down. Where the fuck did it go?
Good
Or
job.
despawned one of the two.
You knocked over a fucking soda.
I did. I did knock it over. It's down there on the ground. I can see it.
Did you have those hot dogs today? Have you eaten
I
those
did.
hot
They were
dogs?
fucking good.
They were
They were
fire.
fucking good.
I don't yeah. Fuck man,
Yeah,
it's
I can do that shit.
I hate fuck dieting sucks, man. Like it's funny because it's like I shouldn't. I do intermittent fasting, so I won't eat for 16 hours, and I have a window from 2 to 10 is when I can eat, and it's sometimes I just ask myself, what's the point? I'm gonna smack you because you just sit there and you just start like
You can't.
yeah, right. You're just sitting there, you're just starving, and you're just like, damn, like, is this really worth it? And then I wanted to cry today, man.
Then, like-
Because I was doing carts today, and then they asked me if I if
so
I
you
wanted
need that extra.
yeah, if they asked me if I wanted to do bakery for for another 2 hours or something, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so that's why I was a little late. But because I was in the bakery, everything smelled so good. I was like, God damn it, man. I was like, no.
That and for whatever
control
reason, when
yourself.
you're hungry, food that. For whatever reason, when you're hungry, food just smells even more good.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
like,
terrible,
I can
dude.
eat you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I wanted to cry because there was fresh cookies that were just coming out of the oven. I was like, no. I was like, God damn it. I was like, this sucks
Fuck, I
so
should've-
fucking much.
I should have fucking bought cookies and then walked right by you on my way
How
out.
dare you? No, that'd have been awful. I would have slapped you in the face. I would have just punched.
I think I already
you.
did a good. I already did a good enough number by offering to buy you a drink.
I know, dude. I can't. I can't. It sucks. It's nothing but water right now for me, unfortunately. Water and like smoothies. So like, smoothies are pretty dope actually. If you grab some non-fat Greek yogurt, put it in a blender, and then grab some like frozen fruit or just regular fruit, throw it in the blender. You just make a smoothie. It's like the most amazing. It's just so good. It's so tasty because it's just nothing but fruits, and then you have protein in the zero fat, 0% or is like non-fat Greek yogurt. It's just so good. It's so good. It is so good. Oh God, what have I done? Hold up.
Where the fuck did you go?
I have fucked myself.
Fuck off me.
I will do that a couple. I will do that a couple times today. But yeah, hold up.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's so good, man. I'm telling you, it's like the best. But dieting is hard. Like because it's one of those things where it's like when people are trying to lose weight, you know, you need to eat. Like you need to eat. Like if somebody has if somebody has a gambling addiction, you just stop gambling, right? It's not gonna kill you, but you need to eat. You know, like you gotta eat.
I'll have you know, I need to gamble on fucking Gacha.
No, no, you don't. I don't think you do. I really don't. I really think you don't need to. To be fair, though, those gacha games are quite addictive. I think the only gacha game I play is Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. That one's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what's really fucking fun? Arknights. You should play it. It's like a tower defense. It's tower defense, except you have waifus.
I am aware. You know what?
You have waifus. Or if you're not a fan of tower defense, there's a game called, I'm sure you've heard of it, called, what's it called?
Genshin
Drawing a
Impact?
blank.
Oh.
Genshin Impact.
Well, like...
That one. That fucking good shit.
I just, you know, it's one of those things where it's... I just don't know if I'm up for the whole, like, the whole gacha thing, because Genshin Impact is, like, free to play, right? From my understanding, it's free to play. But they make all their money from gacha characters, right? It's just something I don't...
Well, gacha and late game, it's like basically it's pay to do fucking anything. You
Right.
can't really, like... From, like, the beginning up until the end game, you can play for free as long as you want. And even with, like, the base characters, for instance, one of the first characters you get is Amber. I've literally taken her up, like, probably 3/4 through the game before I actually switched off her. And I only switched off her because there was another waifu that I thought was cuter.
Oh my god. You're the kind of person who plays like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and goes, I play it for the plot.
Yeah. Yep. Is there something wrong with that? I'm a fucking weeb.
Whatever, man. I mean, again, it makes you happy. By all means, more power to you. I mean, like, there's a lot of people who I applaud you for that, because there's a lot of people who are very like, no, man, like, I swear I don't play that shit, dude. No, that shit's gay. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you one thing. Gacha, like any gacha game, the plot is fucking trash. It's not good. It eventually gets good, but by the time it gets good, you've already finished the game.
Right.
You finished the base game and you're on to the add-ons, effectively. You're on to the DLC, effectively, but DLC is oftentimes free because they're not making the money off that.
Right. I've realized that most free-to-play games with what is it? I guess game systems or mechanics like that. Yeah, obviously they're not going to focus on the story because they're going to make all their money from fucking essentially gambling.
From the waifus. Pretty much. The PNGs.
Yeah. From the PNGs
that have no worth, but by the end of it are worth, however much you've put into it. You can't resell that shit, so it's there for life. You spent $20,000 to get fucking Saber Alter. Congratulations, you got Saber Alter. What did it cost you?
Right. Which is kind of funny when you think about it that way, is that people are essentially shelling out like hundreds of dollars for a PNG. Like, I don't know. That's pretty hilarious if you ask me, honestly.
It's
But
something I learned about games very early on. Like, this is back when when I was a little kid, and I would just watch my brothers, like, play games like Final Fantasy, I think 9, 10, those
right.
kinds of games. Something I learned back then is the more you want something in a game, the less likely you're going to get it. I don't know how they do this. It's probably not actually a game mechanic, but it feels like that. Every time you want something, like, let's say I'm rolling in like Genshin Impact, and I want Xiaoling, right?
Right.
It would probably take me several rolls to get her. But if I wanted someone else, like, maybe I just wanted this 3-star weapon over here. No, second roll, dude. You just got Xiaoling. I don't know the logic behind it, but it just feels like that. It feels like the more you want something, the less likely you are to get it. I really wanted a character in Arknights called V, right? I think that's the name. It's been a minute.
Is it
I really
VI?
wanted that operator. What?
Is it spelled V or is it spelled VI? VI?
V, just V.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's V.
Literally
okay.
just
Anyway,
V.
sorry. Go on.
I really wanted the character, and I'm not even afraid to admit I probably spent a good $100
Oh
just on
my
10
god!
rolls.
Holy shit!
Just on 10
Arknights?
rolls. Just on 10 rolls on Arknights. I did not get her. I got every other character. I got every other 5 and 6-star operator except her. And I was fucking pissed at the end of it.
Oh my god!
But alternatively, on my free roll in Genshin Impact, literally my first fucking free roll, my first free 10 roll, I got Mona, who was the character that I went in wanting to fucking play as, and then I never fucking played as her. Because I was too enthralled with Amber.
Dude, that's like 3 months worth of food. What are you on about? Holy shit.
Food comes second for the rolls.
Oh my god.
It's all about the rolls.
You know what, man? Whatever. I mean, that's so funny. I mean,
Who gives a fuck? I'm still able to pay my bills.
To be
not
fair,
homeless.
okay. I mean, I spent in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, I spent $10 trying to get Noctis, and even then, I was like, no. I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't believe I just spent $10 trying to get a character, and I got a bunch of 3 stars. This is gay. Like, I was so fucking.
It feels
mad.
bad, but then because this is how they get you in Arknights, by the way. Every 10th, I think it's 10th, every 10th roll, you're guaranteed a 5-star.
Oh my god.
So, every 10 times you do it, you're guaranteed a 5-star. It's their pity system.
Right. Oh my god. Oh,
it's literally what it is. It's pity.
It's pity.
Oftentimes, it's the shitty fucking 5 stars that they throw at you. It's 5 or 4, I can't remember, but it's fucking garbage.
I will say, what's that game? Fuck. The one with the cats. That one's really fun. I spent quite a bit of money on that one too. I think I spent like $20 on that game at least. Oh my god, what's Battle Cats? Battle Cats. You've never played Battle Cats?
Don't think I'm recalling it.
Oh my god. I was expecting you to know what Battle Cats was. Battle Cats is essentially cats fighting.
Are they Nekomimi? Like, are they people? Like cat girls, basically.
No, it's actual, like,
or are
cats.
they just normal cats?
No, it's normal cats.
Well, that's why I've never heard of it then.
But, there is a cat character. I'm not even gonna lie. I fell into the waifu trap. It was like this cat girl, and it was like a summer thing. So like normally it's like there's like this cat girl, and she's got like she's got like dual wielding pistols, and she's got like short hair, and she's got like cat ears, and she shoots like these enemy units. Summer rolled around, and there was like, oh, if you roll, there's like a 40% chance of you getting this 5-star unit in its bikini form. And I was like,
what the fuck
God,
is wrong with you?
I was like, God damn it. And it's like, well, I'm the only time I'm ever going to be able to get this skin is during the summer. It's a one-time thing. So it was a combination of the waifu in the bikini, and then it was also a combination of FOMO of me being like, there's only one opportunity for me to get this. I actually got it. And she had water guns, and she was like in a bikini, and I was just like, I am not.
And then next summer they roll it back.
It probably, maybe, yeah. But after that, I was like, I'm not very.
You were playing long enough.
Yeah. Well, I stopped playing it like I want to say maybe 2.5 years ago, something like that. Because I'm too busy doing other shit.
Right.
So I stopped playing that a while ago, but I did play a lot of phone games when I was in the fire academy because that's all I had time for. Like it was like wake up at 4 a.m, get to the academy by 5, and then the academy starts at 6, and then get out by like 7 p.m. and then get home and sleep and do the same thing all over again. So the only thing I really had time for were phone games at the time. So, that it sucked. I remember even telling my at the time girlfriend, like, all I have time for are phone games. I can't even play my fucking PlayStation 4 because all I'm doing is playing phone games. Like, I'm not a real gamer. Yeah, it sucked, but it was what it was. But that they get you. I like it's just one of those weird things where it's this weird gray area, right? Because you got to be careful who you give those games to, because kids can absolutely go nuts with that stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they'll easily spend like $500 worth of shit, PNGs, shit that's not even real, and then mom is like, "Holy shit, why is my credit card bill so high?" You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know. Like, I think what is it? The UK is currently battling EA for surprise mechanics or some bullshit.
Surprise mechanics, nice.
Well, that's what they
I think
called
I've
it.
heard something about that. Yeah.
That's what EA called it in court. They were in the UK, and it's like the UK versus EA.
I promise you, it's not gambling. It's surprise mechanics.
That's what they called it. Yeah, no, they said we don't call it gambling. We like to think of it as surprise mechanics. So like what? Like, that's nuts. Like, you're having some kid spend like $100 because he wants to play Darth Vader in Battlefront 2. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, oh my god.
I want to wield the dark side of the Force.
Oh no. But I hear that EA might be turning over the licensing to like another company to make Star Wars games. I don't know if that's true. I might be making this up, honestly. But I feel like
that's something really sad.
Sounds right.
EA just took over Codemasters. They're a gaming or a programming company that do a game development company. I don't know why I called it programming. They're a game development company that program, I want to say, the Dirt games. So like Dirt 1, etc., up to Dirt Rally and then Dirt Rally 2.
Right.
They also do the programming for the coding for the Formula One, the official Formula One games.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. And EA just took over Codemasters.
What?
And I'm sitting here like, F1 2021 should be good. Like, it should just be normal Codemasters. But what about F1 2022, which is arguably the more exciting season, because 2022, or actually 2023, is going to be the most exciting season because that's the rule change. All the
Oh.
regulations are going to be different. Cars are going to look different.
Really?
So I'm really looking towards that. But by then, EA is going to have like complete control over it, and they're probably it's going to probably be something like, oh, you want to race Monaco? Well, that'll be a $5 there. Oh, you want to do Monza as well? It's another $5.
Right. Yeah, that's
probably going to be something like that.
Ooh, that's gonna be terrible.
You want to race the whole calendar, buddy? You want to race the whole calendar, buddy? That's going to be like $100, dude.
Yeah, that's
You realize there are like 20 races?
And the thing is,
it's going to be awful.
The thing is that they'll probably make money off of that too, because, I mean, let's be real. The only people
definitely.
Yeah, like people who are buying like FIFA and like NBA 2K and probably the F1 games, they're gonna be casual gamers. I mean, they're not gonna know. They're just gonna be like, I'm just gonna buy this video game and I'm gonna shell out money because that's just how video games are, and they don't understand. No,
right, because I want to root.
It shouldn't be that way. Yeah.
It's like I want to root for my favorite team, but I also want to race for my favorite team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just
a shame because it's just really unfortunate. Also, I should probably hold on. Okay, it's already in like a decent enough position. I just realized I was talking with my mic behind my back.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, mic's in a better spot now.
Right. Well, what is it, like F1? I played F1 2020, and the game's really fun. A group of my friends convinced me to buy it because it was on sale. I think it was like $10 or something. I started playing it, and I realized oh no, this is fun. This is a fun game.
It's really fun, even if you're like a casual gamer.
Yeah,
because the actual like physics of the car aren't actually entirely accurate to real life.
Right. I realized just how well developed the game was, and I burned out. I spun out maybe a couple times and then I really got the hang of it because I used to play racing games with a few. I used to play Initial D, so I was able to kind of put the pieces together. I was able to put the pieces together. But I was still in last place. Like they were still beating me. They had been playing this game for a couple months already, so they're just way ahead of me. And I was just like, oh no.
Right, they're zooming now.
Yeah, I was just like, crap. This game is really fun.
They're pulling 113s at Monaco.
Yeah, I have to drop this game. I can't play this game because it's too fun. I remember after losing like the first maybe 5 races with them, I was like, okay guys, like good night, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, whatever. And as soon as that was done, I grabbed my phone and I searched up how to get good at F1 2020. It just became I was like for maybe an hour and a half, I was just thinking to myself, I'm going to get better at this game. I'm going to outrace them. They're going to have no idea what's going to hit them. I'm going to come in. I'm just going to be a god. And then I came to the realization, I was just, no, I can't do that. I absolutely cannot do that. That's just way too much time I do not have to get really good at this game.
One thing you'll realize with F1 is it's not so much about mechanics as it literally just comes down to, I found at least, just generally kind of knowing the limits of the game and then knowing your own limits and then just driving according to that. It's like that with pretty much all of Cody's games.
Right.
Like generally the best way to get better at like an F1 game is to just drive. Find out, further how far can I push this? Can I go a little bit wider? Is there traction out there, and can I kind of bring it in? It's literally what it comes down to. It's just finding the limits of the car and pushing yourself and the limits of the car to that point.
Right. But you see, that's just
So
not enough for me. I have to be the I have to be the I
right, you
have
want
to
to
be
look
the
at
best. Yeah, it's go big or go home. It's go big or go home. It's either
you're the kind
I'm
of guy that you're the
yep.
kind of guy that will literally go to like YouTube and just fastest Monza lap. Okay, he went really wide here. Why did because so you can kind of get that
Absolutely.
easier exit.
Yeah, remember when we first met? Like I that's why I stopped playing Valorant. That's literally why I stopped playing Valorant because I was taking notes when I was at work. I was every time I had my
Fuck.
earbuds on, I was listening to every single Pro Guides video, every single one. I'm telling you, the moment that channel started, the Pro Guides channel for Valorant, I listened to every single video, and then I would go back and re-listen to all of them. So I learned about I keep in mind, I don't like first person shooter games. I'm a fighting game player guy. That's my my
Mhm.
realm of expertise is fighting games. Valorant was the first person shooter I ever took seriously. I play Call of Duty, but I don't even play the multiplayer. I play
Mhm.
zombies. You don't need good aim to play zombies. And
Mhm.
I also played it on controller. This was my first FPS on a PC. And I almost hit gold in like a month because of how obsessed I was with the game, and just because how obsessed, how badly I wanted to be just fucking amazing. And within a month, I was already better than I was already better than I want to say like 40 I was in the 40%. You know what I mean? Like I was
Mhm.
already doing really well. My mechanics were on point. Like just my strafe shooting was awesome. Like my knowledge of maps and outplay potential was great. I was pretty good with the op. I knew all the abilities for all the characters. I jumped into Valorant. I want to say maybe about a week and a half ago, and I was like, I can't do this. I was like, there's too many
Yeah,
characters.
so did I.
There are too many maps. I just oh well. And I guess Viper, people learned how to play Viper finally. Like people are doing the things that I figured out how to do within the first couple weeks of the game releasing. So I think that's funny. Um,
Mhm.
because I was doing lineups and stuff that I'd never seen other people do, and now everybody's doing those same lineups that I thought I invented. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but all I'm saying is that I never
Think of it
saw
this
anybody
way.
else use them.
Think of it this way. Now, when you go back, you can just watch all those videos
Yeah,
and remember
yeah.
all your lineups.
I can't. Dude, I can't. I don't have the time. I just don't have the time. It's already hard enough for me to find time to work out, and then me starting this podcast, taking care of my dog, and then finding the time to still work on my book. It's just I just don't have that kind of time. It's just and then I have a job. I have a job.
Yeah,
I
you
just
kind of got to make money so you can pay rent.
right. I don't have the time. I don't have that kind of time on me. That's just nuts. Um, but
Now, what if I said instead of playing Valorant, play CS:GO?
no,
It's
no,
free to play. Just play it.
no. I no. I
You
no.
don't have to get
Okay.
good.
I played CS:GO. There is a time period when the beta was for Valorant was open and then it closed and then it reopened for full release. That little time frame,
Hmm.
I played CS:GO for those 2 weeks that Valorant was down, and I was like, yeah, this is kind of fun, and I did pretty okay. Some of the things transferred. I played with the AK because the AK is pretty much the Vandal from Valorant.
Well,
Um,
it is. Another thing that really kind of helps with that transition is with Valorant, a lot of the CS:GO devs, like the devs that were working on CS:GO, actually moved to the Valorant team to make Valorant.
right,
Valorant is really just, in my opinion, a slightly worse version of CS:GO.
right.
Like
Well,
CS:GO, it has very consistent gunplay, very fun gunplay. Everything's you can almost predict how someone's going to move, and if they don't move, it's like it's like with chess, you know. Like when you're watching a chess game, and if you're really good with chess, you know generally what's going to happen, and when something doesn't happen the way it's supposed to, it gets your brain turning. You're just like, well, he didn't do that, so he's going to be, somewhere over here maybe? And if he's not over here, then he might be over here. Or are they just going to kind of delay push this? What are they going to do? Generally, right?
Right.
It's like that. And even when you come back to it after a long break like I did, I ended up carrying my friend who's been playing the game consistently, even when I was not playing it, and I still kind of carried him a little bit in some of the games that we were playing.
Right.
So it's a really fun, consistent game that you can play.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Again, my biggest issue is that I just don't have the time. Because if I play CS:GO, I don't want to be mediocre. I don't want to be okay. I want to be great. I want to be fucking. I want to show up to a lobby and I want people to go, that guy's hacking. That guy is fucking hacking. He's a fucking hacker. Because
it's only fun the first couple times they call hacks.
Right. It's hilarious. And I agree with that statement. I think now it's gotten to that point where CS:GO is a slightly better game than Valorant, because if they would have just stuck with like with the core, like maybe 5 maps, that they had, 4 or 5 maps, and they didn't release so many fucking characters as fast as they did, I probably would still be playing it today, because it's ridiculous. Like, you have to learn all these like new, like, because they're all like, in CS:GO you could just play in Dust if you wanted to, right? You could play.
Yeah, they have just a Dust 2 map pool, and you can do that if you want. Though,
right.
Well, actually, you can literally just. This is something CS:GO did really well. You can literally pick and choose what maps you want to play. Like, for instance, I always preferred playing on maps like Overpass.
Right.
It's been a minute. Overpass, Mirage, Inferno, Nuke. Those maps. Those maps are always very. Those are basically my bread and butter. Anything else outside of that, they kind of moved the ones that I really enjoyed playing. Though they just recently brought back one, not Aztec. Fuck, I forgot.
Right.
I forgot.
That's fine.
Basically, they brought back one of the older maps that I used to play a lot, and it was a fun map, and they brought it back.
Right.
I haven't played on it yet, though. Also, on Wingman, they have a pit stop map, which is F1. That's just sick. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, one thing I've learned when playing Valorant, that I've realized that it's, you kind of, the maps are the character. Like, they are the things that you learn. Like, the maps are characters. Like, you learn certain corners. You learn how to play around certain areas. Like, there are just some spots where you shouldn't have a certain weapon, coordinating. Like, it's just, like, you have to learn the map. You really have to, like, understand what corners work. Like, what corners you have to be checking. Which ones are more important. Like, if you're going, like, in 2 areas, like, which corner has more value for you to check, because you can't check both at the same time, and somebody could be there and you're going to die, so you have to pick which one it is that you're going to value over the other. And I think that's actually something
that's something CSGO does right, in my opinion. They make the majority of the corners that you come across in CSGO aren't 50-50s. They're a corner where you can come out, check it, and then switch over to another one immediately.
Right.
Or it's a slow peak where, like, for instance, when you're going through a tunnel on, like, you probably don't know the call it, but like it's water. So there's like 2 tunnels. One leads off to water, and then one leads off to a canal. If you're going water, there's pretty much only 2 angles that you're going to ever look. Okay. And they're both right next to each other. And then if you're going out canal, there's 1 angle that you're going to check. You're going to sweep up to it, down, and then further over, and then have someone watch heavens. Pretty much what that map's B-site is like. Very, very easy. Whereas if you look at Valorant, you have a lot of 50-50s, and those are kind of hard to deal with because, as you said, you need to prioritize which one's more important. Right. But then that's kind of just screwed over if you have 2 people sitting there.
Right, exactly. And but then again, Valorant's designed to be played differently because characters have abilities as opposed to buying like flash grenades or or Molotovs. That those items are kind of built into the characters themselves, and it leads to these like crazy ordeals. I think I think it just would have been better if they just would have had like five characters, and then because the game's already really fucking it's supposed to be a CS:GO competitor. CS:GO is already really fucking difficult, and so is Valorant. But
Hmm.
if you keep adding in new shit, like there's just so many things for the community to learn that you're never gonna give them the opportunity to really master the tools you give them. Um, like if you just keep giving them new maps and new characters, it's just new shit for them to learn, and then like sure it's I guess it could be cool for like high level players, but I don't think that's the case either, because like Smash Brothers Melee, there's a reason people still play Smash Brothers Melee to this day as opposed to playing Smash Brothers Ultimate. Like it's because in Smash Brothers Melee, there's really only like six characters that are viable and like four stages you can actually play on. But because you have such a small pool of characters and stages, it gives you so much like leg room to really push the limits of what the game is allowing you to do. So it leads you to do like the
Hmm.
coolest shit ever. It's like, oh man, I didn't know that character could do that. It's something you wouldn't have been able to discover if you had like 50 other characters to learn how to play. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You could just focus on the
Right,
one
because then you're
character.
spending more time.
Yeah, exactly. And I think CS:GO does that. I feel like CS:GO does that because, like, in the history of CS:GO, have they ever added any new like equipment, like any new like stun grenades or any new like were the Molotovs always there, or was that something that they added later on? Do you know?
So the utility that you use, like the flash grenade, the Molotov, the grenade, and the people don't use it, but the decoy grenade, those have pretty much always been there. But CS:GO has added, like Valve has added various new weapons throughout the years.
Right.
One of which is called the R8 revolver, and this really shows like how old of a CS:GO player I am. But when that came out, I think it was like 2016 or something, 2016,
Right.
16 or 17. When it came out, it was very very unbalanced to the point where there's another weapon called the Scout, or it's the SSG-08 is what it is.
Okay.
Um, it costs more to buy the Scout, but it did less damage than the pistol. And the pistol you could buy round one and just one shot people from across the map in the stomach. Because the neat thing about yeah, it was ridiculous. The neat thing about CS:GO though is they have a different hitbox for every part of the body. So
Okay.
like if you aim at the head, you're gonna deal headshot damage. If you aim at the
Right.
chest, you're gonna deal chest damage. And if you aim at the stomach, that's gonna deal stomach damage, which is different than chest damage. The stomach's softer.
Oh
And so
shit.
if you hit them in the stomach, if you hit them in the stomach, it's going to deal more damage than if you hit them in the chest.
I see.
So if you aimed for the stomach with the R8, which had relatively low penetration power, if you aimed for the stomach, it was almost a guaranteed kill if you actually hit the shot. And it was significantly easier than aiming for the head.
Right.
Can you see where it's broken?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I can see that. That's weird. I didn't. Is that still a mechanic that's in CS:GO right now? The stomach damage, or did they remove that?
Yes, all that's still in because it plays into how you should aim your gun. Generally,
Huh.
keep your gun head level, but if you can't like hit the headshot, which most people can't hit every single headshot,
Right.
when you transfer, you want to aim for center mass. So if you aim for like the chest or the stomach, that's where you want to put your actual recoil. That's where you
Right.
want to put the spread onto. So when you miss the headshot and you transfer into that spray, you want to bring it down to stomach or chest level. because it's the biggest part to hit. But if you hit the stomach, it'll deal a little bit more damage as well. Even if they have armor, because a bulletproof vest kind of sits like this, you know?
Right.
So if you can hit them down here, generally, you'll deal a bit more damage.
Okay, I see that.
I think if you really pay attention to like the pros who end up missing their spray, that's where they typically aim for. They want to bring it straight down, but typically if you hit a neck shot or a collarbone shot, and then you hit the chest, by the time you're on the stomach, you've already killed them.
Right.
Because that's another thing about CSGO. In Valorant, you have your shield, and then you have your HP.
Right.
Not exactly, but the actual math that they use to determine how much to take off from the actual shield is a bit different than in CSGO. In CSGO, it doesn't matter. If you have a vest, headshot's going to deal the same amount of damage with or without the vest.
Right.
If you hit, like, the legs, with or without a vest, that's going to deal the same.
Right.
Same thing with the arms. If you hit the chest and they have a vest on, it's going to deal less damage. If you hit the head and they have a helmet on, it's going to deal less damage. It just kind of plays into how you're supposed to play the game. And I think it's a really cool thing, how they did that.
Right. Well,
And
like in Valor...
I noticed this...
Oh, yeah, go on.
I noticed this firsthand when I shot someone in the hand with an op and it didn't kill them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, well, because Valorant, it seems that Valorant, I think that's the issue with the game is that it seems like with their gunplay, they heavily reward the player with the better shot or the better angle. I remember they constantly talk about our game is heavily revolved around having the better angle or just having the better shot in general, which is usually true because I realized that when I was playing that game, I wasn't winning games and getting kills because I was the better shot. I was usually winning games and getting kills because I had the better angle, and I was just playing smarter. It's more of the enemy players playing into the game plan that I had set in motion and then walking right into it and literally just setting themselves up for an easy kill. And the Vandal is always a one-shot headshot, even if you have armor. At least when I was playing. I don't know if that's still the case, but
it still is.
Right, yeah, but yeah. So that's why I always bought that gun. Not only that, but I had that cool dragon skin, and it's just fucking badass.
Which looks dorky.
Yeah.
Soccer Vandal is where it's at, man.
Nah, it's fine. It's a fine gun. That skin's okay. But
fuck off.
But the Vandal is just so much more like it's weird because I just like the Vandal more. Like sure its rate of fire is a little slower as opposed to the Phantom, but if you can always land that headshot, you're just always gonna win. Just a better shot's gonna win, and it's really funny because although I don't play the game anymore, I still understand how to play the game. Right? If that makes any sense. Like my mechanics aren't there. Yeah, my mechanics are gone, but I still understand how to play it properly, and it's funny to hear some of my friends barely jumping into Valorant and just hearing them like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like I was shooting at him and none of my bullets hit him. It's like it's probably because you were walking or like running. Like this isn't Call of Duty. You need to like chill out.
Right, you need to stutter step it. You need to move and then counter.
Yeah, exactly. Or counter strafing. Yeah, it's great. But man, I got way too addicted, man. I got way too addicted to that game. Now I just play League because I don't give a shit. I just play League. Oh well.
Nowadays I'm playing like Final Fantasy 14 or like here lately a bunch of Apex.
Right.
Just a bunch of Apex.
I play a lot of single player games now because
Apex is so much fun.
Yeah, I can't play anything competitive anymore because I just always have to be the best, and I can't do that. I can't. It's not sustainable. It's just not possible.
What?
And
Oh well. Guess that's unplugged now.
oh,
Come on, wake up. My hand. It should be right here. There it is.
oh, there
I
you go.
accidentally unplugged it from my computer. If I did a damage report.
But I know League of Legends isn't a single player game, but I definitely play it like it's a single player game. Um,
Is it?
I
It basically
do not,
is. When you're
I don't.
playing low elo, everything is a single player game
Yeah. Well, like
because
right now,
it's up to you
yeah.
to be
Oh,
smart
yeah.
enough.
Oh, yeah. It's just it's you carry or nothing. It's either you carry the game or nothing.
Right.
I
And for some reason, the good players are always on the other team
right. Well, no. To be
because
fair,
those are the only games you remember.
right. No, to be fair, I do pretty well. I only play one champion though, and that's why I do well. I also
Fucking Akali.
yeah, oh yeah. I also don't like to win because I'm terrible at playing. I know that I know what I need to do and I know what I should do, but I don't want to do it. I just want to play like a brain dead player, and I just want to kill as many people as I can and have my team
Just
play
run
around
it down
me.
mid.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, I just want my team to play around me, which usually works because I'll get like, like 20. I'll be like 20 and like 4, and
Mhm.
I'm just such a fucking juggernaut that the enemy team can't stop me, and the rest of my team is doing what they need to do. Like they'll take over objectives and stuff.
Mhm.
But if I get
Well,
put in a
because
yeah,
low elo players are always just bots. They're always going to go for the turret and stuff like that.
yeah, well,
They're
actually,
gonna.
yeah.
They really do play like bots if you think about it.
Yeah, no, they kind of do, and it's kind of a shame when you get some of those players in your team because then they're just kind of dead weight, and the least they could do is let you carry them, and even then they don't seem to let you do that either. Like they don't seem to understand that either.
They
It's
just
like
want you to sit back at base.
yeah, like well, it's like okay, it's like I can carry you. All I need you to do is not die. It's like you got it, boss, and then they'll go and kill themselves.
You
It's
got
like
it, boss. Where's the cliff?
yeah, pretty much. It's like you don't need to do anything. Let me do all the work. Like just don't die. Just don't die. That's all I need you to do. Like that's literally sit under your tower and let them push you up and I will come and I will help you. Like don't do anything. And they're like, "All right, got it." And then it's like an ally has been slain. Enemy double kill and it's like, that's great. This is awesome. Cool.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
You went for the
But
fight, didn't you, buddy?
yeah. It's just it is what it is though. Like recently, I think my last game, I was put in the top lane, which is not my lane at all, and I actually did really well. And we absolutely threw the fucking game because they didn't want to get the primary objective, and we lost. It was so dumb. We didn't need to lose. We were ahead by like 10 kills or something, and we lost. It's like what happened. It's like what happened. But that's it's but then again like nobody blames themselves, right? Like you're playing like really any competitive game, and everybody blames each other. Uh, and That game I absolutely blame my team. It was absolutely their fault. But whenever
The
I
old
lose a
racing
game,
driver mentality. It's never my
yeah,
fault.
oh
It's
yeah,
the car's fault, or the
it's the
or
car's
the
fault.
mechanic. I said 7 wing. Why is it 6? I went into that corner expecting 7.
Yeah. Holy
No, you
yeah,
just overcooked it, buddy.
yeah, it's never yeah, it's never your fault. It's never your fault. But No, I am pretty harsh on myself whenever I lose games because it's always like, oh man, I should have carried or I should have done that differently, and I just think about it way too much, and then I go to work thinking about that, and people are like, "Are you in a mood?" I'm like, "No." You
No,
know?
I'm just thinking about how I fucked up.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just thinking about how much of a failure I am. God damn it. um,
I
but
had one
yeah,
job
no.
and I failed that shit.
Yeah, I know. It's like like you had one job. You had one job and you fucked up. Good job. I hope you're proud of yourself. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is though. So that's why I try to avoid multiplayer games now. I play League of Legends like a single player game, and I still need to finish Ghost of Tsushima. I need to finish Ghost of Tsushima because I pre-ordered Ratchet and Clank, the new one, and I haven't even finished Ghost of Tsushima yet. Like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Like, why am I buying new games if I haven't finished the ones I already own? Um, so hopefully I'll get that one done pretty soon. It's fun though. It's a good game. It's really fun. Um,
Hey
I think
man,
it's
at
kind.
least you weren't as bad as me. I just subscribed to Final Fantasy 14 when I still haven't beaten. Well, for one, I haven't beaten all the DLC in Dark Souls 3 yet, and I have all that. I haven't
Right.
beaten Cyberpunk 2077 yet. I feel like there's a game I'm forgetting that I just recently bought. Monster Hunter Rise. I think it's Rise. Haven't beat that yet.
Right.
And I'm currently like, should I get the newest Resident Evil?
Oh my god.
That's my thought process. Should I get the new Resident Evil?
That's yeah. I feel
It's
that.
got it's got the big vampire mommy in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. No, I feel like it's funny because I do hear a lot of people talking about Resident Evil, and I should really get into more. I don't play a lot of horror games, and that doesn't make any sense because I love horror. Like, there's no reason for me not to be playing it. Um,
hmm
uh,
But you're
I
just kind
also
of wrapped up in several other games.
I'm just wrapped up. I'm not even just the games, just so much other shit. Like I haven't done my workout yet today. Like I'll
Oh fuck.
probably do that. I'll probably do that after this podcast and then upload the first podcast that I recorded or set it up for schedule it for tomorrow and then start working on this one and then work out and then clean my room and go to bed, you know. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, like I don't. It's funny because with Resident Evil, like there's a lot of people. Oh, my headset just died. My earbuds
What?
just died. 1 second. Give me a second. Oh shit, my earbud died.
Oof. Cut.
Okay. Uh, hold up. Getting the shit.
You know, this
So,
controller can almost play Thumb Wars.
what are you doing, Thumb Wars? I can't hear you.
I almost.
Oh, okay. All right, say something.
I said this controller can almost do Thumb Wars.
Oh, give me a second.
Look at that.
For whatever reason.
I want to take this as an opportunity.
Oh, what the hell?
No, come back. Come back to me.
What the
Give me
fuck?
the cola. Give me the cola.
What are you doing? I
Yeah.
still can't hear anything. What are you? What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck? Hold up.
I didn't mean
Give
to
me give me a
fucking-
moment.
I didn't fucking- Why the
I'll
fuck am I looking
BRB.
at
I
this
think I
one?
need to reset my world. Bullshit. Hold up. I gotta reset this. I'll be right back. Oh, I gotta run up there. Fuck. Hold up, I'm coming. Son of a bitch. Uh, Okay, say something. Oh my god, you started walking around too. Oh
Yeah.
look, there's the soda can. Okay, I'm back.
Sick. I dropped my fucking water bottle on the ground.
Oh
I'm
my
pissed.
god, I hope you're proud of yourself.
What?
I hope you're proud of yourself for dropping that water bottle.
I'm very proud of myself, I'll have you know.
All right. Anyway, like I was saying, Resident Evil. What is it? 7 or is it 8? Resident Evil 8, right?
It's 8.
Right.
Evil.
It was
Resident Evil.
It's very strange to see the what is it? The obsession with that giant lady.
The vampire mommy.
Yeah. Yes, the vampire mommy. Indeed. Did you turn on your fan again? Or something?
No, I didn't. So what that probably is my fucking computer spooling up.
Really? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
We've been going
Holy
for a
shit.
minute, so it's just out here like, buddy, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fucking freaking out. Jesus fuck. Yeah, I don't get
Yeah,
it.
do that.
I don't. I gotta tell you. I don't really get it. I don't really get it.
How the fuck was your character crying? What the fuck?
I don't get the vampire mommy. It's just it's I mean, don't get me wrong, the daughters, whoo, they can step on me. Oh wait, hold up. There you go.
Down to
job.
my collection.
Oh my god.
Can't reach it. Fuck. Can't reach it.
The vampire daughters can step on me. Holy shit.
The fuck? Have
They
you
can
seen them?
step on me. The vampire daughters can step on me. Holy fuck.
I feel like I probably haven't seen all of them, but the very first one that you see is just like, dude, that's a fucking child.
all of them. Yes.
That's a fucking
Wait,
child, dude.
Wait, which one are we talking
Pretty
about?
sure
Which one are we
pretty sure
talking
the
about?
very first one you see. I'm pretty sure the first one we see is a fucking child. I could be wrong.
No, they look like they're 20.
Probably haven't
Have
seen
you-
enough.
Have you ever seen
Everything
Hocus
I've seen has
Pocus?
been VTubers, so
Oh
Hocus-
god,
yes.
of course.
I saw it when I was a little kid. So
Hocus
Perfect,
Pocus.
right? Yeah.
You know which one? You know
saw it.
which I'm talking about?
Probably, like I said, I was very young when I watched it.
Oh,
So.
okay. Well, you need to rewatch Hocus Pocus at some point because that movie. Well, first of all, Hocus Pocus is a great film. It's a great fucking movie. You should watch it when Halloween rolls around. But second off, there is a witch. It's one of the three sisters. My God, that witch is super fucking hot. Like holy shit, dude. Like it is. I was watching that movie with my roommate. And I was telling him, I was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "What are you doing to me, man? Like this, this witch is about to make me end it all, bro. Like, oh my god, like, it's no nut November, but god damn, like, I'm telling you, like, I'll send you a clip. I'll send you a clip after this podcast. Of the witch I'm talking about, and she crazy. She kind of bad though. Not gonna lie.
Here's a story of when I lived in Yakima. It was a very short time, but I did a lot in Yakima when it comes to anime specifically. So I have this little cousin. I say little, but he's physically little. So
right.
like he got his dad's genes. He's about as tall as your average like girl. So
Okay.
he's like 5'4" or something, 5'5". He's
Right.
short. He comes up to here on me.
Right.
But anyways, he and I we would watch like anime together. It started off fairly innocent with like the Sonic shit, and
Right.
then we decided, fuck second, third, fourth, or fifth. We decided to go from first gear straight to fucking sixth, and
Oh
put on
God.
Rosario Vampire, or whatever the fuck it
Wait.
was called.
Oh no.
It was full on fucking edgy trash, dude. It was fucking sick.
No.
It was fucking sick, dude. Like,
That's
we
disgusting.
straight up we went Sonic. Alright, Sonic's over, boys. What next? Fucking Rosario
No. No. How old were you?
Like 12 or 13.
Oh my.
It wasn't the
God.
first anime I'd seen, though.
Right.
The first anime I watched, I think I told you, was Spice and Mole. Which, if you haven't seen it, is a fucking awesome show. It has so much business talk in it that it flew over 11-year-old brain. And I was like, this is fun.
Like, yeah, this is cool. Yeah, no, I just stuck with like regular show and Adventure Time, and
Normie.
and then well, yeah, and then like Steven Universe rolled around, and I was like, no, this is where I draw the line in the sand. I'm good. I was like, this makes me very uncomfortable. There's just something about lesbian crystal women who dance for merging rituals is just weird. I was just like, nope, and then there's a fat Mexican boy who's got like a belly button or something, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Where did that pull that from?
I don't know what I'm talking about. But
But
I don't know. I feel like cartoons have. I don't know. I feel like cartoons are kind of weird now. I feel like they both have improved, but have also have just gotten slightly inappropriate. I mean, don't get me wrong. Regular show is not any better. It's essentially the writers just take a drip of LSD and they're like, all right, we got our episode. Let's go. But,
it's pretty much fucking Maxor shit on YouTube. There's a YouTuber who goes by the name of Maxor. And I'm pretty sure when he makes his videos, he just like he starts with playing a game. And then he's like, alright, I finished playing the game. How do I describe this? Well, first let's get the cocaine.
Right.
Let's do a fucking line of cocaine. Where's the LSD? We're about to get crossfaded on this shit. And then he gets drunk and writes a script.
Well, that's...
And what comes out is fucking... the most
just,
amazing shit in the fucking world.
That's just modern comedy now, isn't it? That's just kind of what it is
great,
now.
isn't it? It's fucking great, isn't it?
Right. Well, that's just what it is. Like, I mean, have you ever watched anything from Brandon Rogers by any chance?
I'm pretty sure I've heard the name. I probably have, but when I'm going on like a YouTube binge, I don't ever look at like the creator. I just fucking
right. He's
next video.
Right.
Don't follow me, Cope.
He's the one who he had that one Vine that really blew up where he's dressed up as a grandpa and then like the grandpa's like, put that shit away, and he's like put that shit away, and then like a kid like throws something at him at a distance and it hits him in the head and he goes, try me, bitch. I don't know if you remember that by any chance.
Oh yeah, I fucking seen that video.
Yeah. That's
Brandon.
Bitch. Yeah, try me, bitch. Yeah, that's Brandon Rogers. He makes skits on YouTube, and they're fucking hilarious. They're really fucking funny. I will also, if I can remember, send you a video, one of my more favorite videos from him. But he's fucking hilarious. He's just so funny. That his skits, like he's basically the Mexican Filthy Frank. Is what he is. Like, if you liked Filthy Frank, he's basically the Mexican Filthy Frank. Like he's just so funny. Like
Fucking know I love Filthy Frank.
he's great. Fucking pour one for Filthy Frank. God damn it, pour one for the boy, because
I wish you could fucking open this shit.
yeah, that would be
It's
dope,
fucking-
wouldn't it?
Okay.
It's a damn shame what happened to because
Did you fucking see that shit? Did you fucking see that shit?
I think I did. I think I did, but if I didn't, you flipped it, right? Oh, I couldn't.
Fucking spun it like several fucking times and it landed like that.
I lost mine. Mine went somewhere. It's gone. Ah! I accidentally hit my table in real life. Are you trying to grab it? There you go. Cold in a can. It's a damn shame what happened to Filthy Frank. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad he's writing music, right? You know, he's doing what he wants to do. But it also just kind of sucks that we lost that guy. You know what I mean? Because he kind of pioneered the internet. Like when you really think about it, like he was kind of like he came in at the perfect time and also left at the perfect time, because he left like right around the time when the adpocalypse happened. And I believe PewDiePie was the one who started that.
He left luckily before cancel culture, though I would have fucking loved to see him going through cancel culture.
Right.
Because he had a brief run-in with all the Joji fans when they found
that
out
was
that
hilarious.
Joji was actually
dude, that was
Frank.
so
that was
funny.
Fucking awesome. And
that
they all tried to like cancel him, but they fucking couldn't, because all of the actual old school Filthy Frank fans came out and were like, no, he's doing his fucking dream, leave him fucking alone.
Yeah, like
it's great.
It's so funny. Like it's just so funny to hear like K-pop stans, you know, like, oh my god, I'm such a Joji fan. Like he's so deep. Oh my fucking god. And then it's like, wait, he was Filthy Frank.
Remember,
oh my god, cancel him.
Remember, at one point in time, he wrote, "Let It Go" ukulele cover.
I don't remember that. What are you on about?
I'm going to send you a link later.
Okay.
It was fucking great. I listen to it to this day. It's fucking great.
I love, I don't know about you, but I love Nickelodeon Girls and Gays for Donald. Those are like probably like two of my favorite songs.
I love Dog Festival Direct.
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
If you want to eat some dog, yeah. I actually know how to play that song on my uke. I think it might be the only song I know how to play on my ukulele.
I remember the directions to the festival even today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I remember the song too. But I don't know. Like Nickelodeon Girls is just. Dumplings is legitimately a good one though. Dumplings is so fucking good.
Fucking Fried Rice.
Fried rice.
You wrote a song called Fried Rice.
Yeah, of course.
Fried rice.
Of course, I wrote Fried Rice. Yeah, Fried Rice, Disney. Yeah.
Fucking great.
Oh my god! What he's got that line? What is it like? The shit will fill you up if you're feeling like an African or something like that.
That's from the ramen one.
Oh, that's ramen. That's right.
Ah, fuck. I can't. Yeah, I can't remember the lines. It's been a minute since I listened to the ramen one.
Right. Yeah, it's been a while. I just love the Pink season. The Pink season is so good. But like that's the thing. It's just it's all comedy, right? He's just playing a character. It's like he doesn't really mean any of it. Yeah. It's
some very I guess you could classify it as a form of dark humor.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's absolutely dark humor. I mean, he literally has a line where it's like, I hope you have beautiful children that die from cancer, and I hope you catch Zika when your wife gets pregnant. Like, holy shit. I hope you win the lottery and die the next day, and your daughter has to see you getting lowered in your grave. Yeah, like... I mean,
yes.
of course, like yeah, like of course that shit's like it's dark. Yeah, it's absolutely dark. But it's like it's all for comedic
Oh shit, you took
purposes.
it.
Yeah, I did.
Hmm.
Um, it's all for comedic purposes. It's just he's just trying to say crazy shit just to be funny. Like I don't think
Hmm.
anyone should take that seriously. But
Well, if
I
you
guess
let
it doesn't.
comedians on like the screen say that kind of shit, I feel like you should let. Well, I mean, they probably don't go as uh, dark
Let's
as him, but
let's be real. There's even comedians don't get away with the shit that they want to say. Like I feel like a lot of comedy
yeah,
nowadays
to a
is
certain
even
degree.
being
But
neutered. Yeah, well, like a lot of comedy is being neutered nowadays because it's like there are so many comedians that are afraid of
but
saying certain
at the
things
same
because
time,
they're
I feel
gonna
like
offend
I've
someone.
maybe these were like older comedians that I watched. I don't often watch a lot of comedians. I watch mainly like the comedians that my family would watch and stuff like that.
Right. No, no, I love
But
comedy. Yeah.
like the older shit, I feel like gets pretty dark. But even that, does it really get as deep as Frank?
Yeah, no, 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 no.
Do they go quite as dark?
I agree. No, I don't know of any comedians that went as dark as Filthy Frank. Even when comedy was at its highest form, like, but or at his, I guess when it was more acceptable to say certain things, right? Um,
Mhm.
but no, no. Nowadays, it's a lot harder. Like, I think there's a few comedians I can think of from the top of my head that still say crazy wild shit. Like, you got Joey Diaz, and then you have Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle. Those are the comedians I think about when it comes like really funny comedians. Like those three are like the ones that come to mind because those guys are fucking hilarious. Like, do you know who Joey Diaz is?
I feel like I've heard the name before, but like I said, when I watch shit, I don't
Right.
really ever like
Well,
look at the content,
I got
like
I got I got
the
some
creator.
right. Hopefully if this podcast can get big enough and I can find somebody's staff. Well, I have my own studio being worked on currently, but I would like to have a screen
Yeah.
right here and I can have somebody put videos up so I can show you shit as we're talking.
Hmm.
But there's a clip of Joey. Joey Diaz is basically this pretty like hefty guy. I believe he's from, I don't know which part of New York he's from. I don't know if he's from Brooklyn. Uh, but he kind of talks like this. And he's a real funny guy, I gotta tell you. And he has a clip of him where he comes out to the crowd and he's absolutely naked, like this like 300-pound man, just like runs out like to the crowd and is absolutely
Like,
like just fucking naked. He's like, "Hey, that shit's crazy! Look at me!" Like, like he's the funniest dude. He's so fucking hilarious, and he
I
takes
feel
like
like I
five,
might have seen him, but on the news.
maybe. And he takes like, dude, it's nuts. He takes like 500. He takes like 500 milligrams of like of weed, like of edibles, and like he takes like it's nothing. He'll go
Fuck.
like, and he'll trick people and like he'll be like he'll be with people and then like they'll be like, "Oh, Joey Diaz, like how many milligrams of this is it?" He'll be like, "Oh, it's 10 milligrams," and it's actually like 600 milligrams, and he'll just be losing his shit. Be like, "Ah, motherfucker, take that! It's actually 600 milligrams. Let's go." You just be high out he'll be so high out of his mind. It's just the shit he does. It's so funny, but he takes it like it's nothing. It's just it's the funniest shit. He's like one of the funniest guys out there. Like I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna send you some clips. He's just so fucking he's so funny. He is so funny. So that I gotta remember to send you Hocus Pocus, Joey Diaz, and I already forgot the other one.
Yeah, so have I.
Oh well.
It's been like what, an hour since you mentioned that shit.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I don't remember. But no, he's so funny. But the problem is that there's a lot of comedians that are getting a lot of shit. Like I remember Dave Chappelle. He released his special because he made like he made like a transgender joke, and they were trying to cancel him. They were trying to take his special off of Netflix. It was Sticks and Stones, and they were trying to take his special off of Netflix because he made some transgender jokes, and they were fucking funny. Like, they were funny. Like, I mean, why wouldn't, I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. I think it's kind of sad because nowadays you can't everything is sacred. It's like, oh, like, don't make fun of that. Oh no, you're hurting my feelings. Right. No. But you know, like, it's like when I hear jokes.
You say that, but I think back to like there's this one guy I watch on YouTube. He's like a Twitch streamer. He gets upset when people complain when he like insults them. If that makes sense.
No, I get that. Yeah.
He always like he jokingly like insults people.
Right.
And that's just like his thing.
Right.
He's rude to people.
Right.
Not necessarily to be rude, but for the joke.
Right. Yeah, because it's funny.
And he was always like, fucking, people always complain when I insult them and shit like that. And it's like, oh shit, they're gonna be fucking upset. I don't know.
Right? No. Well, like, I mean, if you're gonna watch a content creator like that, and you know he's gonna roast people, and you might be offended by it, just don't watch his streams. Why are you watching his stuff? You just don't watch it. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Like, it's not that hard. Like, if they're, I think it's ridiculous when people just feel the need to suppress other people. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And especially, the ironic part is that most of those people are the people who are like, oh, we're inclusive, you know, we're open-minded and we're gonna accept everybody. And yet it's like, oh, you follow this thing or you're like this, like, we don't want you here. It's like, I thought you were like open-minded and inclusive. Like, what? Well,
it's like going back when they tried to cancel Joji's. It's literally the crowd that's always like, no, don't say racist shit about like Korean shit like that. They're the same ones that were like looking at Joji and being like, well, you're just a piece of shit, aren't you? Like, because Frank never, or George, whatever the fuck you want to call him, Joji, he never shied away from like literally insulting his own people.
Yeah, oh yeah.
A lot of his shit was literally insulting Japanese people. And he just...
Right.
It's just how his content was. And people... Right. It's like... They're calling him, like, racist and shit like that. And sure, I'll admit, you can be racist towards your own ethnicity. But at the same time, I feel like, considering he is of that ethnicity, he has a bit more knowledge than, you know, fucking Sarah over here, who's 300 pounds and lives in fucking New York.
Right.
Who's just like, don't say shit about... Fuck off.
Yeah. Fill in whoever. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Right. And not only that, but Frank attacked everybody. He didn't just attack like a specific
he was fucking
group of people.
ruthless.
He was ruthless against everyone. It was funny. Like, you know, like Asians, Jews, Mexicans, like, it's just everyone. It was funny. But it was funny. It was super funny. I remember
specifically, you know the Weeaboos video?
Yeah.
At the very start, this is like, I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge now, but do you want to know what he says in Japanese?
You're talking about when he has the dead Jews in the closet, right?
Yeah, he has two. He has two dead Jews in his closet.
Yeah, two dead Jews in his closet. That was funny. Yeah, but to be fair though, I will say.
But I loved how he said it in Japanese, but then like the subtitles that he put
were entirely different. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was fucking hilarious. By the way, the Weeaboo video, fucking genius. Just like one of the funniest videos. Like I don't think there's ever gonna be. Well, I mean, there's Brandon Rogers. Again, I highly recommend you check out Brandon Rogers because a lot like Filthy. You know how like Filthy Frank had like Salamander Man or Safari Man and like Pink Guy, and he had all these characters he played. Well, Brandon Rogers does that, but believe it or not, he does it way better. Like he's like Frank wrote these like stories.
Frank was good, but
yeah, like he had these characters and he wrote these stories, but they never really made sense, but they were still funny. Whereas Brandon Rogers knows who his characters are, and like the stories he writes actually make sense, and but it's also extremely funny and like just fucking insane, like what is it? There's a scene Brandon Rogers has where he's making fun of like British people, and like he's got like white makeup on, he's got like the British wig on, he's got buck teeth, and he's got like a British wife, and it's just the funniest shit. And like his wife is like, "Honey, where are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm getting my foreskin reattached," and like it like zooms out, and it's like him, and he's like naked, and there's like a person like reattaching his like foreskin on his dick. It's like it's hilarious. Like I think it was Brandon Rogers is what I was trying to tell you about. It was the it was Hocus Pocus, Brandon Rogers, and Joey Diaz. I gotta remember that. Oh, hold up, where's my phone? Okay, Google. Take a note. Hocus Pocus, Brandon Rogers, and Joey Diaz. Hopefully my phone took.
But first you'll have to unlock your device.
Fuck you. My phone's like... Go on.
Alternatively, my computer's literally right here. I could just...
Look at you.
So, what am I...
Deforming.
Literally... Yeah.
Brandon Rogers.
Right?
Oh my god. You're breaking apart.
Good. I'm breaking at the fucking cosmic dimensions. Brandon Rogers... Hocus Pocus. And what else?
Oh, Joey Diaz.
Let me just reattach my hand real fast.
It's fun. I find it hilarious when you have to like come back into like the VR world and it's like you're like reforming and your hands are like all fucked up and shit. That shit's super funny. At least I find it funny. But yeah, like it's a shame. And like, oh my god, like you try
very,
to watch.
Very short.
Well, yeah, that's because you're using a short avatar. But like, it's really sad like to see like just comedians who are trying way too hard to be like PC and then they're not funny, you know?
Well, it's like, I feel like people want to see train wrecks. So if you're trying to like stay on the tracks, people aren't going to watch.
That's gone. Yeah, no, it's over there somewhere.
Come on, track my hand, please. I can almost reach it. Fuck is this? Oh. Oh. Oh, fuck. I thought I had my hands mixed up for a second. Yeah, I can't fucking reach it. Feels bad.
You alright there, buddy?
Yeah. All we have is
play the Pocky game?
Fucking... Fuck?
You want to play the Pocky game? I feel like it'd be kind of hot.
No, I'm good.
I remember I did.
Sounds pretty fucking cringe, bro.
I did.
Wait, did you actually do it in real life?
No. No. I should have. I should have though. Honestly.
Fucking should have.
I should have.
It's hot when it's in real life and you're with like a fucking girl. But if you're just fucking doing it with the bros...
she was doing. Come on. You do it with the bros, it's even better. Like, come on, man. It's even better, man. You don't tuck the homies. You don't tuck the homies into sleep. What are you on about?
You're the only fucking homie I have within a fucking 20-mile radius.
All right. Well, time to tuck you into sleep.
Fuck off.
I'll give you. No, when I was in high
Come to
school.
my place, I'm blasting fucking everything all alive.
Yeah. Like, yeah. It would. They'd be like, I'll just walk in. They'd be like, "Who is this person?" I'd be like, "Shh, don't worry about it. I'm here to tuck the homie into sleep." I'm just breaking and entering. No, I dated a girl in high school, and she would. I think she was trying to get me. I mean, probably I should have done it. Honestly, she was hot, but I mean, she would always like mention it around me. She's like, "Oh, I like Pocky game, like like we play the Pocky," and I was like, yeah, whatever, right? But it just never really occurred to me like maybe
You're a fucking
she was
disgrace. Leave.
It never occurred to me that maybe she was like, like, "Hey, motherfucker," you know what I mean? It just never.
You're almost as you're dense enough to rival like fucking. Oh, what is that? Fucking, it's like the Sakura game series. There's like a protagonist in like a visual novels series that I watch. Well, watch. Dude was fucking dense, dude.
Whatever,
Like,
dude. It was like 6 years ago.
You see this fucking wooden table? You see this table right here, right? He was denser than this fucking table. He was denser than fucking concrete.
Whatever, dude. It was like 6 years ago, man. I'm over it. Fuck.
No,
whatever.
we're probably
It's
just both incels on this subject.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm choosing to be single. There is a huge difference. There's a huge difference. It's huge. Okay, it's huge difference.
Absolutely huge.
Absolutely massive. It's bigger than my prostate. It's fucking huge. Okay, it's fucking huge. Oh my god! I feel like I probably should have bought an edible before I started this podcast. I feel like it would have been even funnier. I gotta do that next time. Next time
I'm regretting not buying a beer.
I
I should have drank while reading. Reading this. Obviously, we're reading here, right? Very intellectual beings here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Totally not just talking.
Yes, we're both fucking geniuses and both absolutely understand how the world works.
No words are going on between us. We're just telepathically talking to each other. Also, I just fucking elbowed my mic. It's right here. If you,
I heard
if you wanted to know.
I fucking heard that.
That's funny. I want to see the fucking. Oh fuck! I can't see it. I was gonna say I wanted to see the fucking Audacity recording.
Would this be
Just see a
considered
fucking
slavery?
spike.
Is this slavery?
Do you feed it?
It's not a person. No. No? Why would I?
So you don't feed it.
No,
You don't
of course
feed
I don't feed it.
it.
No, I don't feed
You
this.
don't
Why would I
feed
feed
it.
this? No.
I feel like,
No.
I feel like the issue resides in the fact that we're referring to it as an it.
Why would I feed it? Oh my
Do you
god.
pay it? Do you at least give it a salary? Or is this all you fucking give it? Oh fuck, I just punched
No,
my
it's
fucking... What is that?
No,
That's
it's
my computer.
an it. It's an it. What are you on about?
It's an it. Bet. Give me that
No.
shit.
Okay, here you go. Take
Oh
it.
fuck, I just touched my camera. Where the fuck
Oh,
am
good
I?
job. It's right there.
No, I touched my camera.
Oh, there.
Like
there
the
you go.
fucking watchtower shit.
Right.
I wish you could fucking take this shit. Okay. I wish you could take this shit out, you know?
Yeah, that would be pretty dope, wouldn't it? Oh my god. Oop. My fucking tracking lost its shit. Dope.
Yeah, I noticed you went like...
Yeah. It got all freaked out. Just imagine the day like when we can actually like touch, like actually like
There's
fucking
actually
sword art this bitch.
There's actually a company. Oh fuck! I knocked it over. Fuck you.
Ah, what the fuck?
The fuck is there?
Threw it all
There's
away.
actually a company. There's a company that makes haptic gloves where you're able to actually like touch that shit. But it's not like Sword Art Online shit. I'm waiting for fucking Full Dive VR. That shit will be fucking fun.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just imagining like cause like with VR, have you played any like aviation games, like flying games?
No, but I've been wanting to.
You're fucking missing out. You're missing out. Because flying is already super fun, and it just gets more fun. Like, the more immersed you are. Like,
Right.
Imagine playing and you don't have the fucking peripheral rings, and it's just normal fucking vision.
Right.
Like, that shit's gonna be fucking sick.
I feel
Because
like
I wanna...
Mm-hmm. Yes?
I was just gonna say, I wanna fly a fucking, like, old-ass fucking Wright Brothers plane. That shit would be fucking fun.
I feel like we're gonna get there eventually. Are you caught up with anything that Elon Musk does at all, other than his cars?
You're asking a tall order there. Apart from like Dogecoin, no. Like, it's pretty much just like his advances in cars and his Dogecoin shit. But I hardly pay attention to his like Neuralink, I think is what it's called.
Right. Well,
Because one thing I do know is Valve's apparently, I don't know the actual like validity of these rumors, but they're not working on another index like this. They're working on something deeper. Like they apparently are working with a like a BCI company, which is Brain Computer Interface.
huh?
Which would allow you to just basically think what you want to do and do it.
Right. Well,
Which
I mean,
is
yeah.
closer to Sword Art Online, but it's still not quite full dive. That's
Right.
just controlling with your brain.
Right. Well,
Where it becomes Sword Art Online is where you go to sleep and you're effectively dreaming the game.
yeah, which I feel could be possible if we had something like Neuralink to aid us in getting to that result. I mean, it's insane the shit Elon Musk is already saying. Like, he says that when Neuralink comes around, that we'll be able to talk to people with our minds. That we'll be able to talk to each other telepathically. That's fucking
Just
nuts.
fucking beam this shit to you.
Yeah, exactly. That's insane. And he said it with with absolute confidence. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna be able to talk to each other with telepathically." Yeah. It's like, what? Hello? Like, Elon, like you just
Fucking
said
love
that
the
like
way I love the way Elon talks. Like you can
Yeah.
tell English is like simultaneously his first language and last language.
that is the best way to describe that. Yeah, actually. Well, like it's just nuts.
Like he knows what he's talking about. He knows how to speak English, but at the same time, he has no fucking clue.
Well, he's an
He's
alien.
just saying words.
Dude, he's
a Martian.
If there's proof of alien life, he's it. Yeah, like that man is absolutely a fucking alien.
Him and fucking Elon's only. Oh fuck! Where did? Oh fuck! I tapped my fucking thing. Fuck.
Good job.
Oh well. Elon is like. I need to like fix myself now. I think
Good job.
Lean back and then. There we go. We're fixed. I'm leaning forward now. That's how I'm serious now. I'm leaning forward.
Right.
What was I saying? Yeah, the only reason why Elon is here is because he's only here to fight fucking what's his face? Facebook. Fucking I forget the name of the dude.
Mark
who owns
Zuckerberg.
Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg. The only reason why Elon is here is to fucking fight Zuckerberg. It's a fucking BattleBot shit right now. You don't see it, but that's what it is.
I saw a meme say like it was like saying like why does Mark Zuckerberg look like the first guy to get bitten in a zombie movie?
Because he is. No. He's not the first guy to get bitten. He's the one to instigate the fucking virus. He's that fucking guy. Like, third chapter in to, like, the story, you meet that fucking guy in the laboratory. That's Zuckerberg.
Right.
He's yes, I was the one to release it.
Right. I fucking... But I love Elon Musk, though. I mean, that guy is doing so much for this planet. It's insane. Like, if he wanted to solve...
He's doing much for this planet, and he's also doing simultaneously enough to fuck up Mars, because if we go there, we're going to fuck it up.
Probably.
It's not going to be Mars
anymore. Yeah, well, okay, well, first of all, he's making, like, the most, like, essentially, the most, like, he's just making an amazing car. Like, not only is it, like, extremely safe, but it runs on, it runs on electricity, and they look beautiful, man. Those cars are fucking beautiful. And they go from, like, 0 to 60 in, like, what? Like, 1.3 seconds, I believe? That's nuts!
I think 1.3. I don't think it's 1.3. It's probably, like, 2.3. Like, 1.3 is, like, you're going faster than a rally car at that point.
Oh, right. Well, then, yeah. So then I might be... Yeah,
to put this into perspective...
1 second less, yeah.
To put this into perspective, my fucking finger is broken. What the fuck? To put this into perspective, a drag car accelerates at about 0.5 seconds, 0 to 60.
That's nuts.
Anywhere, like... I think it's between 0.43 and 0.5 seconds is how quickly a drag car, like a slingshot drag car, can get up to 60 miles an hour. Granted, they go anywhere between, 300 to like 400 miles an hour, and they do it for about 2 seconds, but hey, they're still doing it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And I think an F1 car accelerates in about... I could just be pulling this fucking number out of my ass, probably around a second and a half. Like 1.5 seconds. Again, I could be pulling that number out of my fucking ass. I looked at it once, and I don't remember it now.
I mean, well, like...
I just remember it being very, very quickly.
And then that also, like, begs the question, like, what's going to happen to the, like, combustion engine? Like, as far as, like, further, like, production? Will we eventually get to the point where it'll be better to make an electric car, or will the combustion engine always be the more effective way to create fast-moving cars? Or just, or just even just manufacturers in general?
This is coming from, obviously, an internal combustion engine fan. More than likely, ICE engines are going to die out. If you look at companies like Honda, they're actually looking to... They're pulling out of F1 right now. The top racing series in the fucking world, they're pulling out of it. Because they have a plan to go completely electrical by 2030. So, literally, 8.5 years from now, you're not going to see a new car from Honda pushing out, fucking CO2 or any shit like that. It's going to be entirely electric. Which I find funny because I think as of now, apart from K cars, I'm pretty sure they only have, like, hybrids and ICE cars. So, they're making a pretty bold fucking move here.
Right.
But
well, I think that's inevitable, right? For every, most, if not every, but most car companies to go electric.
Right. Now, I say that, but here's the thing. ICE engines will die out, as in there will be no more new ICE engines being made.
Right.
But because of people like me, people who have the same kind of mentality as me, you're always going to see them on the road.
Right.
I mean, as the years go on, they'll get more and more rare. But there's always going to be someone like me who wants to drive my old truck. Or, if I find another car that I like, Like, I'd love to own a Porsche 944. My family fucking hates the design of the Porsche 944, but I fucking love it.
Right.
So if I could own one of those things, you bet your fucking ass I would. And they're not expensive either. And they're just, shitty little 4-cylinders that fucking go. They get it.
Right. Well, that makes sense. But I think, I don't know, I believe, what do you think about, what is it, hydrogen combustion? I think that's what it is. Is that a thing that exists, the hydrogen combustion engine?
Hydrogen car... I said that like a fucking Easterner. What the fuck? Hydrogen cars are a thing. I think Toyota played their hand at trying to make one at one point. But the issue with hydrogen is it's actually really fucking dangerous, believe it or not. Who would have thought? Basically, it's like a similar... You said at one point you had a girlfriend who was into, like, diesels and shit, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did she ever inform you that diesel engines can do something called a runaway?
Probably, and it probably went right over my head.
So, a runaway is when the car, like the engine, doesn't stop combusting.
Uh-huh.
The way an engine typically works is you put more fuel in it, and that's the fuel to start the combustion inside the chamber, right?
Right.
With a diesel, the fuel that it's using is effectively just slightly processed oil.
Okay.
So, if oil gets into the combustion chamber, which a little bit always will, right? If more than a little bit gets in, it'll just keep combusting. Even after you let off the gas and you kill the... If you let off the throttle when it's running away, that's nothing. I fucking bopped my mic again. I'm sorry, microphone. So, diesels can do that. You see it with trains all the time. And it's especially bad with trains because they are much bigger. Right. And there's a lot more oil in them. So they can keep going. And when they're doing that, they're constantly going up in revs. They don't stop. Even when they hit the theoretical limiter, they keep going. They're just going to keep going up.
Huh.
They'll go past the limiter and keep going.
Okay.
Typically it ends in a big old boom.
Right.
They're really fucking dangerous. Because once you get that motion going, it's not going to want to stop. And I remember seeing this one image. The reason why I brought all that up is there's this one image I saw of a hydrogen car with a fucking hole in the tank just fucking shooting flames out the fucking top.
Oh my.
Which is like the same kind of danger that a diesel engine can pose.
I see.
Because if the fucking hydrogen tank's fucking blasting, like if you get a puncture in it, and let's face it, nobody on the road is a good fucking driver. So you're bound to get a fucking puncture at one point in time.
Oh, crap. Right.
I was literally in a car when my brother drove over a center divider. Started to fucking bounce that shit off a center divider and continued going.
Oh, my God. So what you're saying is
and he would have kept going.
Right.
He would have kept going if I didn't tell him to stop so I can check his fucking oil pan.
Right. So what you're saying is that there's too much risk in investing in hydrogen.
There's definitely too much risk.
Use for
right.
So,
for heavy industries, I think that's possibly the next step.
Right.
Because they do provide a good amount of torque, which is the only really thing that you're paying attention to in heavy industry stuff.
Right.
In heavy industry, people don't care about the horsepower. They only care about, like, how much torque does it produce. Can it turn this, 80,000 pound flywheel and actually get it to turn?
Right.
Because if it can't do that, it's worthless. Right. Whereas in cars, it's more about the horsepower than the torque. Because cars are so little, in the grand scheme of things that my truck produces, I think, 100 foot-pounds of torque.
Right.
And it still burns rubber.
Right.
So, it doesn't need a whole lot. Granted, it is a small truck, but at the same time, it's so small in the grand scheme of things that torque is kind of an afterthought, unless you're towing something.
Right.
So, for hydrogen, I feel like it may not even find a home anywhere. But I think the best position is in where it's a safe thing if it happens to blow up. So...
Right, that makes sense.
I feel like more than likely, because electric motors just produce a shit ton of torque by themselves, those will probably end up just being everywhere. Even now you see, like, forklifts running electric motors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not burning diesel anymore, they're running electricity.
Right.
So I feel like at the end of it, we're only going to see a bunch of electric motors going everywhere.
I see.
Which is a shame because they don't have a good sound, in my opinion. It's just...
Right. Well, right. That's the idea. Is that it's just you just press a button and they're on. It's like, oh yeah. I do hear from a few people how they that's the big thing is the sound, and just the feeling connected to a manual car as opposed to just jumping on an automatic car. Because I get told a lot. There's a lot of personality between you and the car and how you drive it, and there's some sort of connection that people just can't really explain when they're driving said car.
The best way to describe it is like a weapon, right? There was a saying back in like medieval times that was like, and you've probably heard it even now. Fuck! I keep hitting my mic. I'm gonna move away from that shit. This, like, the sword is the extension of your arm, right?
Right.
When you're driving a manual vehicle, it's like the car is an extension of your body. You're not thinking on a personal level. You're thinking on a vehicle level.
Right.
Like, you stop thinking, where is my arm? You start thinking, where is my fender? And it's the same with an automatic car if you're a good driver. But it's easier to get that feeling when you're driving a manual. When someone looks at someone driving a manual, typically their first thought is, how do you know what gear you're in? Right? Because you're shifting gears manually down here. How do you know what gear you're in without looking? Right? A lot of the times you don't think about that. You're just going through the gears, and it's not even a thought. Because... I guess spiritually you're like connected to the vehicle, and that, in a weird fucking way. It just feels like you're not yourself, but you're your vehicle at that point.
Right. It's almost symbiotic.
You're just yeah. That's what it's like.
That.
And people say you can't do it with a electric motor, but you can adapt a manual transmission to an electric motor, and it will work. But at that point, why would you do something like that? Because an electric motor can spin up to fuck knows how high. It can just keep going. So there's literally no need. It in itself is a CVT.
Right.
So there's no need to adapt it to a transmission when you can just run it.
Right, that makes sense.
Unless you want reverse, in which case... Actually, no, even reverse, because you can just spin them backwards.
Right.
There's literally no need for a transmission.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Do you think that there's ever going to be a point, or whether it be, 20, 30, even 100 years down the line, do you ever think that there's ever going to be a point where everyone's just running on electric cars and there's nobody running anything on gasoline? Like, do you think that
eventually,
at some point...
yes.
You think so?
Eventually, yes, it'll happen. But I can't really... all I can do is speculate. I can't say with, certainty when it'll happen. but it probably won't be for another 100+ years, unless like the government comes in and mandates that everyone switches to electric.
Right.
Which, if they do that, then that's kind of like planned on their part. But
right.
in an unplanned situation where it's kind of an easy transition, it'll probably take 100 years or so. Because
right.
I don't want to die before I'm 100. And I want my kids to experience the same kind of love for cars that I have.
Right.
I want them to, look at cars, and not just electric cars, but ICE engines. I want them to look at those and be like, well, those make a really cool sound. They do the same job. They're not as efficient.
Right.
But there's still a certain charm about them. And
right.
so, personally, I would like to see my kids eventually grow up to like that, but I can't really enforce something like that on
of course.
people. So,
right, yeah. It really just all depends
it's just something
on
I'd
who they
love
become.
to see.
Right. It's I get it. It's something you would like them to at least experience or at least consider and see whether they enjoy it or not. And if they don't, that's
right. Which is why. That's why I intend to keep my truck until I fucking die. Like, it's just a shitty 77. It's just a shitty 77 pickup truck, but to me, it's my first car. It's my first manual car. I learned to drive in that car.
Right.
That car is
I get that.
as connected to me as it ever could be.
Right. I will say there is something really strange about letting go, or because I remember my first car, or the car I learned to drive in. It was a 94 Camry, and that thing was a fucking champ. And until it wasn't, until it finally shit the bed. But I thought I heard something. That was very weird. Anyway, my window was open. And I was really sad to see it go, Like, I remember my mom had to sell the car because it literally just wasn't running anymore. We had spent way more money on that car than we probably should have. It probably would have been better for us to just buy a new car. I can't remember how much money we spent on it, but it just wasn't worth having anymore. And I think I went to prom in that car. And don't get me wrong.
That's often the sad thing about cars.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy prom, but I still went to prom in that car. I learned to drive in that car.
Car was still there for you when you left.
Yeah, exactly.
When you were leaving prom, that car was there for you.
Yeah.
A car, unintentionally, to someone with even... I always consider myself weird because I always developed like weird attachments to certain things ever since I was a little kid.
Right.
Like, even the most mundane things, I would grow a sort of attachment to them.
Right.
And that didn't stop when I became an adult. And so,
right.
The way I look at it is that car is almost like a pet.
Right.
To me. Because, like, I take care of it. I do all the maintenance for it. If it's feeling bad one day, because cars are temperamental like that, they will actually run poorly one day to another.
Right.
Like, for instance, I drove it just today, and it felt like it was a bit lacking on the upper end.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I to do? It's just a bad day for the car.
Right.
It doesn't want to go quickly.
Right.
So you just got to live with that. You start to grow around the thing in question. And so, even if you don't see it happening, you start to grow a little bit of an attachment. And it doesn't help that I named the car when I first got it. The moment you name anything, you immediately, you're just, it's there.
Yeah, you're fucked. That's it. That's yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
Probably wasn't a good idea to name it, but again, I want to keep that thing until I die, so.
Right.
To me,
I get that.
Technically, I could sell it today probably for $1,500 or more, and I bought it for $500. So I could sell it for more than what I perceive the worth, but to me, because I never want to sell it, I don't care what the market value for it is because I never want to sell it. It's just
right.
fucking money.
Right. it's
You're going up there,
worthless to
Mike.
you, right? It's
Right.
there. It's priceless. Sorry, that's the wrong word. It's priceless to you. Yeah, it's without
Both.
price.
It's worthless and priceless.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess both terms are correct. No, I get that. I wish I was more car. What's the word I'm looking for? I wish I understood cars a little better.
More of a car
I wish
person.
I learned. Yeah, I wish I was more of a car person and learned how to maintain cars. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I grew up in a
I'd argue
household.
fortunately, because you start looking at every car in a different light.
Right. Well, like me, I just like
I
me.
fucking look at a
I really
Prius like a
Tesla.
potential rally car.
Right. That's
Tesla,
funny.
yeah. Well,
Like I
I
just
saw
want a
this
Tesla.
one. I saw this one video. Some guy who took it was like a Honda Fit or something, and he took a fucking I think it was a Civic engine, fucking built it up to like 500 horsepower, dropped it into the back of a Honda Fit, not the front, the fucking back, made it mid-engine, and it just does pirouettes like no fucking other.
That's nuts.
He built a full fucking cage and shit. Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. And so, because of that video, arguably, whenever I see something like a Prius or, a Fit or a Yaris,
Mm-hmm.
everybody likes to fucking make fun of Yaris's.
Why is that?
Whenever I look at something like that, because they look fucking awful. That's literally it. They just look fucking awful. They only look good in WRC clothing. Like, if you put them into a WRC, outfit, all of a sudden it looks fucking hot. But you have it in just stock fucking car form, and you're just like, oh, that's a line, isn't it? It curves. That's
Right.
literally it. That's what the fucking Yaris is. It's like a worse Prius.
Ah, I see.
That's what it is.
Right. But go on. You were saying before.
But yeah, whenever I look at something like that, my first instinct isn't, well, that's a shitty looking car. It's, I wonder if I had the money to, could I build that into something that people would look to and be like, that's a sick car. And that's
Right.
kind of the issue with car people, because that's our thought process when we look at cars. It's not so much that's a shitty looking car, it's, that's a shitty looking car. Let's see what I could do to that to make somebody appreciate it.
Right.
There's never really any hate towards a car, because, well, at least in my mind, there's no real hate towards any particular car.
Right.
Yeah, there are some slow cars, there are some cars that don't handle well, but at the end of the day, it's not the base that matters. It's how you take that base to make it better.
Right.
And if you don't do anything with that base, fair enough. Maybe you just aren't into it. So, I somehow still fucking managed to hit it. My mic's up here now, and I'm still hitting it.
Good job. I hope you're proud of yourself. No, that
I'm
makes
very
that makes
proud of
sense.
myself.
I think that's something really cool. I mean, I think that's really cool that you have this thing that you really enjoy, observing and you're always like looking at. You don't see something and then take it for what it is. You see the potential within something, and then hope that you can turn it into something much better. And in a lot of ways, it's really cool to have like kind of a mind that doesn't see shit, but rather see something something beautiful that could be worked on. And so long as you work on it and care for it, it'll turn into something a lot better. And I think that's something that's really cool. I mean, I'm like that with movies, but to be fair, those are two entirely different topics. I mean,
Right.
I just think it's cool.
You can get hands-on and dirty with the car. You can't do that with the movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could if you were making it, right? But
sure, if you're making it, but oftentimes when you're watching the movie, it's already done.
Yeah, it's already done. And you're just like, fuck, right? But that is really cool. That there is something really special to that, I think. And not I think more people need. I think more people just need to do that. Period. You know, I feel like more like whether it's cars or even especially people. I feel like
Oh
more
yeah,
people need to
definitely.
do that with other people because I feel like there's a lot of people going around and they see somebody and they're like, oh, that's a shitty person instead of, thinking about what led them there and or what they could be. You know what I mean? Um,
Mhm.
but I just think in general, however you have that thought process, whether it's with cars or literally anything else, I think that's important to have that. So that's really cool to hear actually, because yeah, not a lot of people have that. Not a lot of people think like that. A lot of people just go, oh look, that's shit. Just avoid that because I know there are people like that in the car community that are just like, nah, that like Ford gets a lot of shit. That I know
Mhm.
that Ford gets a lot of
Well,
shit.
there's just a shit ton of banter between Ford guys and Chevy guys. Typically, people who fly flags, they're super loyal to one specific car manufacturer. And
Right,
if you're on the Chevy side, and I grew up in a very Chevy loving family, um,
right,
oftentimes what you see is people will, like from the Chevy side, they'll call every single Ford trash when that's not always true. Or
right.
alternatively, a lot of these guys drive big trucks. I'm sure you've seen them. Whereas in the Ford side, and I've also seen this when I was growing up because I have an uncle who's heavily into Fords, he'll look at, the Chevy side of things and call all of them trash. Ironically,
Right.
though, if you look at how they take like foreign cars and stuff like that, my dad doesn't like anything European, and he doesn't necessarily like anything Japanese.
Huh.
But the Toyota that I bought from him, he fucking loves it to death. He absolutely loves that truck
Right.
because he he wasn't necessarily the one that taught me that mentality, but I kind of learned it a little bit from him because taking that one example, you'll see it's not so much about the car, like what make made it. It's about how the car performs. Whenever my dad got into that truck, turned the key, it would fire right up. Same thing for me. Whenever I get into that truck, turn the key, starts right up. No issue.
Right.
It'll cough a little bit, but at the same time, it's
All right.
damn near 50 years old.
Right.
it's
Right.
it's 45 years old. Of course, it's gonna spit a bit.
Right.
but but at the same time, turn the key, fires right up. No issues.
Right. Right. Right.
It does 70 miles an hour regularly. It wasn't
Yeah,
designed to go
I
70
know.
miles an hour in Japan.
I know. Yeah, I've been in that
It
truck.
wasn't designed for that. Yeah, you've seen the fucking state of that truck. It's in tatters.
Yeah, I will say there is something very charming about it though. There is something very charming about that truck. It is quite cute, I guess. It is
Cute's a very good word for it.
yeah, it's a very cute truck, right?
It does
But,
everything. It does everything. Doesn't do it in like a big burly kind of way, but it'll do it.
right, right. It'll do
You tell it to
right.
go. You tell it to go somewhere. It'll go somewhere.
Right.
You want it to go. You want it to go 70 miles an hour? Sure, it'll crawl up to 70 miles an hour.
Right.
You'll accelerate like a fucking bat out of hell all the way up from fucking, 0 to 40, but then after that, it's like, we're in fifth gear now, guys, let's go!
Right. No, yeah, I get that. No, I mean, yeah,
So,
and
cute's a very good word for it.
right. I suppose so. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's just I think over time, I think as I get older, I'm starting to really appreciate cars more and more. The kind of the more I talk about them, and the more I really learn about them really, or just the more I really interact with them, the more I look at them and just kind of like even after my car crash, it really like I was like holy shit like after I lost my car I think it was like I had a 2007 Toyota Avalon, um, and after losing that car I was like oh like it felt like somebody in the family died. I was like oh shit. I was like really
Well,
like
yeah, because the
depressed
thing
about it
that
for yeah.
it goes back to that whole, it's basically a pet thing to you.
Right.
Because that vehicle, it goes from being something that's always there for you whenever you need it. If you need to go to the store, hop in the car. You need to go to the hospital for whatever reason, hop in the car and just
Right.
go. You want to just drive because something happened at home? Get in the car, go. It's always there for you. And when it's gone, it's very much like losing a part of the family.
Yeah, it's really nuts. Like it's it really is. I just it's something. It really is something you can't really describe, and really the best way to describe it, it really is losing somebody in the family. Like I it's something I didn't think I would ever experience growing up, mainly because my biggest focuses in life were like video games and art. But you know, you really like the more I talk to car people, the more I begin to really understand just the mechanics of it all. You know, and it's something really cool. Don't get me wrong. 80% of the shit that
We're
car people
fucking
talk
weird.
about to me, it's still gonna go over it's still gonna go way over my head. But it doesn't mean I can't appreciate it. You know, like it's like
Mhm.
it's really funny to especially when somebody who really knows their shit like you know and they start blabbering all this stuff. It's like oh like these are one of those conversations I can't have because I'm too dumb to have it. You know, like it's like oh you're just way smarter than me. Like I'm a fucking moron. Like okay cool you know and people will
That's
be
why I
like
don't talk about cars with you, dude.
yeah I know,
This is a
you
rare
know I'll
instance.
just sit
I
there.
don't talk about
I'll
cars
just
with you.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah,
sit
you
there
just
and go,
yep,
you know,
yep.
that's cool.
You start
Yeah,
looking
it's
like
cool.
me when you start looking at you start looking like me when you start talking about your book. I'm just like
Right.
yeah,
It's like, oh yeah, it's cool.
100%.
Yeah.
Completely understand.
Right. It's like that makes sense. I get it. But you know, it's just one of those things where it's like I know I could start getting into cars, but again, it's like I just don't have the time. I just don't have that kind of time on me. So I'll just kind of
Well,
live
that
live
and
my
it's
fantasies
one of
through
the
other
most.
people.
It's also one of the most expensive hobbies you can get. One
I
part,
can't
one part for
can't
my
afford
car.
that.
One part for my car that I want to get is I actually need to get it. It's I need headers I need headers for it because the exhaust manifold that's currently on it has a hole in it, and I could buy another exhaust manifold, but I'm already in there. Might as
Right.
well just upgrade it. That's gonna cost me like fucking $200.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
just for that specific part. That's not even counting the whole exhaust that I have to run for it. Because if you change the header, the actual exit location for the flange is different than on factory. Typically, it's a lot deeper in.
Okay.
So you're going to need to run new exhaust for it, which is going to be like another $200, $300, possibly even $400. And if you want it in stainless, look higher.
I see.
And yeah, and that's just for the exhaust system. Like the pistons that I want to buy for it, they're fucking $600. That's just for the pistons. That's not counting the conrods that need to be bought so that you can connect it.
Right. That's that. So essentially, the numbers add up like a gotcha game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, if you want to upgrade the
numbers,
pistons,
the numbers add up.
if you want to upgrade, okay, if you want to build the engine, typically what you're looking at is pistons, conrod, and then typically Sometimes you'll want to get like a crank or something if you want. If you want, you don't need to. I don't need to.
Right.
That's kind of like a thing you could get if you want.
Right.
If you want to spin the engine up like really fast, then that plus balancing. But because you're changing that and making it lighter, when you do that, it'll occasionally hurt a little bit of the torque that you can get. Because a neat thing about flywheels is when they start turning, they don't want to stop.
I see.
That whole area is effectively like a series of flywheels. Once they start turning, they don't want to stop. They contribute a bit to the torque. Because torque is just the exerting of energy to turn something. Right? It's that moment. Like, let's say I was trying to turn this hand with a pole. That motion right there to turn the hand, that's torque.
Right.
That's all torque is. It's just energy.
Right.
So, anytime you effectively shorten that pipe, that imaginary pipe, you're exerting less torque, and it requires more energy to move.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
That's the general principle of all engines. The heavier you make something, the more torque you'll have.
Right.
Which is why on, like, crawlers, which are like 4x, they're typically like the big fucking beefy 4x that you see going up like cliffs like that, right?
Right.
Those are crawlers. They'll have like really fucking heavy flywheels because they're going such low speeds they need more torque to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas comparatively, if you look at fucking F1, their flywheel is just fucking webbing with a plate on it.
Right.
It's super light.
Right.
Because they're already moving. They don't need that torque to keep moving. Because they're moving, and obviously a flywheel in motion will want to stay turning.
Stay in motion.
And once you're already, at 13,000 RPM, you're not going to need a heavy flywheel to keep it turning when you shift gears.
Right, of course. It just all depends on what you need it for, right? You know, like whether,
right?
It just all depends. Yeah, it's all circumstantial. See that shit. I
Yeah,
that's nuts. Like that stuff is nuts to me. Yeah, I don't know.
That's the kind of stuff you think about when you're building a specific car, because
right.
Sure, I could brainlessly say, oh, well, I need a super light flywheel, but I want to rally the truck, so I don't need a super light flywheel, but a lighter flywheel will help, because another thing is, the more energy you put into torque, the less you'll have for horsepower. Because horsepower is a figure of torque, and the heavier the flywheel, the more parasitic that weight is. And so the less actual energy you'll be able to exert on the drivetrain. But, alternatively, when you let off with a super heavy flywheel, your wheels are going to want to keep moving. Whereas if you let off with a lighter flywheel, your wheels are going to want to... You'll feel that jolt in the car. It'll fucking pull you back like that.
Really?
Like, when you let off, it's there. You feel it. That's why if you look at videos of like, or if you ever get a ride in a car that has a super light flywheel, if you'll notice when they're going through like the pit lane, and they're just kind of gently on the throttle, just basically idling it through the pit lane, you'll see them like jerking like this. It's because they're giving it gas, which pulls them back into the seat, but then the flywheel isn't heavy enough to keep everything turning, so it's pulling them forward like a heavy brake.
Oh, okay.
Because it just wants to stop.
Okay.
Because it's not heavy enough to overpower the actual rolling motion of the car, and because they're directly linked by that transmission, it wants to stop.
Huh.
It's...
Okay.
There's a lot of weird shit that goes into it. And I could tell that just kind of...
No. Some of that makes sense. Yeah, no, some of that makes sense. it's still just a little difficult to I'm a very visual learner, so I'd have to see it. But no, that makes sense. Like, I mean, just generally, like, that just sounds like general engineering. Like, I mean, it's like, again, it just all depends on what it is you need it for. What the fuck?
That just shut up.
Yeah, no, but that makes sense. Yeah. I'm just like I'm like
just imagine
trying to
a big
visualize
wheel.
it right now. Yeah.
A good video to like visualize this is there's a video by Adam Savage. He was working on a build with someone else, and the whole build was basically.
What have I done?
What have I done? Basically,
why
are you flying?
I don't know why I'm flying. Okay. What the fuck? That was weird.
Anyways, in this video with Adam Savage, they were basically building a electric vehicle to work on Mars, right? Why is there coffee?
Did you grab that? Yo, is there somebody else in the room with us? Are you sure?
No. Positive.
Yo, what is
oh, fuck. Some showed up for me as well.
Oh. Wait, what's going on?
That's sick, actually.
Forget the soda.
Forget the sodas.
Yeah, this is dope.
We got coffee. We got fucking coffee. That's sick.
Dude,
anyways.
That's so weird. Okay, go on.
Anyways, in this Adam Savage video, they were building like an electric vehicle, and flywheels can harness and hold a lot of energy.
Right. Okay.
Because any form of like rotating mass, that's just energy being conserved, right?
Right.
Because everything wants to exert as little energy as possible, right? So by it staying in motion, it's exerting less energy than trying to stop.
Right.
So that's like fucking grade 7 science right there.
Right.
And in this video, Adam was building this electrical vehicle, and his thought process was, let's use a flywheel to conserve the energy of the rover, right?
Okay. Right.
So he and the person he was.
What is happening? Yo, somebody knows we're here. That's all. Yeah.
You want milk?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god! You dropped the fucking milk.
I punched my computer. Okay.
Good job. I hope you're proud of yourself.
It fucking vanished. What the fuck? Where did it go?
No, it's here. I got it.
Okay. Anyways, they were like, yeah, him and his partner were, not Jamie, him and his partner were, they decided on using a flywheel, right?
Right.
And so they got the flywheel up to even just like 800 RPM, right? That's not very high until you look at the weight of the thing, which was like, they had to use a forklift to get it in. It was like 500 pounds or something.
Right.
And I'm not smart enough to know the math unless I like really looked into it, right? But all I know is that's a lot of conserved energy. I ain't need milk. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's for the camera.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
I don't know like the exact amount of conserved energy there. All I know is when they tried to stop it, it didn't want to stop. Like even with brakes on it, it wanted to keep turning.
Huh. Weird. That's weird.
It spun for like 15 minutes. And it didn't even reach 800 RPM. It wasn't even where they wanted it. So, just the general conservation of energy with that was just, it's a very good visualization. What the fuck?
I don't, dude. I
It's
don't
a
know
very
what's
good.
happening. I have no.
What the fuck?
Yo, I'm telling you, somebody is here. There's a ghost in here or something.
Ah, fuck! I did it again. I did it again. There we go.
Oh shit.
Fucking punched my computer again. But yeah, it's a very good visualization of just how crazy flywheels can be. It's a very good video. I genuinely recommend watching it.
Right.
I'll
How
try and link you
fast?
to
I
it
mean,
later.
how fast was it going?
What the fuck?
I feel like there's somebody under our table.
No?
Yeah, no.
Do you do
It
any
does-
editing on the podcast, or are you
No.
just gonna cut that shit out?
No, this isn't getting cut. That's ridiculous. No, why would this get cut?
All I know is I have a drinking problem now.
That's hilarious. It says that I think it says that there's two other people in this world. Yeah, it says there's two other people in this world other than you and me. But I don't see them. I don't know
Unless
who
they're
they are.
spawning shit here. Unless they're just spawning shit here.
Maybe. Could be like the owner of
Can
the
you-
world or something.
Anyways, yeah, I'll try and recommend, or I'll try and
Yeah.
link you that
Try to
video
send it to me because
later.
I'm definitely gonna have to. I'll definitely watch that. So because it'll definitely be a lot easier for me to understand that a little better. But generally, yeah, flywheels, energy, yeah, and depending on the mass and how heavy they are and how light they are determines on how much, yeah.
Like I said, there's an actual like math equation that you can do to figure out how much energy is being stored.
Right.
I probably learned it, don't remember it,
And then forgot
like
it.
a lot of stuff that probably just
right.
like a lot of stuff that goes on with schoolwork. You just kind of a plate just dropped behind you. A lot of the stuff with schoolwork, you just kind of
Behind me.
now it's on the fucking pancakes.
Oh.
The fuck? Oh, that's my screen.
I like the coffee aesthetic, though. I think the owner of the world has caught on that I'm using their world as a podcast.
Well, judging by the fact that we've been here for...
What the fuck?
yeah.
What'd you...
Owner of the world, love is not a crime. Definitely the owner of the world is here.
Wait, I love this. Wait a minute. I love that. Wait. Yo, wait, whoever's here, can you put this on whenever I'm here? I love this. Why isn't this in my background? This should be in my background. I wonder if...
That one's good too.
Dude, this is so weird. This is so weird. Hold up.
Just like halfway
This is
through the
so-
podcast, just flip it.
Dude, we're absolutely...
Just like, alright.
There's more. Dude, this is so creepy. I'm not even gonna lie. This is so creepy. I'm not...
Stay
Dude,
true
this
to
is
yourself
actually...
No matter what's in your way. Yeah, I can't really put that up because my fucking shit's right there. That's the best I can do.
There you go. Hold up, I got it.
Okay. Yeah, my shit's right there. I can't.
Dude, this is so weird. This is so creepy. Yo, we're being stalked.
It's creepy how he
Straight
just
up.
kind of showed up, but... Creepy how he just kind of showed up. Wish he would, like, show himself.
No, it's cool. No, it's fine. It's fine. But, yeah, make sure you send me that video. Where did my coffee go? I had coffee. It's gone.
Yeah, I had two right here. Oh, I think I knocked it over. Is it next to you?
Yeah, maybe. There's more over there. I don't know if you can see, but there's more of the stuff over
I
here.
can only see one. I can only see one.
They're further down there, dude. It's like a ghost is like just fucking with us. This is so weird. Oh well. It's a ghost. This is kind of cool. It's kind of cool though. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you this. None of this happened in the last podcast. It was just
because it's my presence.
Right. Yeah, they wanna please the waifu, I suppose.
Indeed.
Unless there's some people like spawning stuff, and it just happens to spawn on this table. But it would be very coincidental for it to happen on this table and not anywhere else, right?
Mhm.
I lost my coffee. Oh well. Fuck it.
Here.
Fuck, we're just shooting the shit. I can't read those. Those are blurry from all the way over here.
I can go grab one.
But yeah. You're gonna go grab one? They all probably say the same thing, honestly.
I've like completely lost my train of thought, so. This is like Twitter person shit. What the fuck?
This is some Twitter shit.
Holy shit.
Be so undeniably yourself they can't ignore you.
Here.
Oh my god, I think I knocked... Oh, I'm hitting my microphone. When you are true to yourself, you make the world a better place. What the fuck? You are... Oh, fuck. You are...
Oh, I found your coffee. It's right underneath you.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Found your coffee. It's right underneath you.
Oh, whatever. There's so many. Oh, fuck. When you are true to yourself, you make the world a better place. Oh, what the fuck? I got a latte. Look at that. Oh, what the fuck? Where'd you go? Come over here. Take a seat. Oh my god. Alright. Alright. Alright.
I need to like...
Let's, oh shit. Oh my god.
I'm at the wrong table.
Microphone. I'm knocking my microphone over and all this other bullshit.
Now that we had that slight break.
Oh my god. Okay. Actually, whew, actually, we're about to hit the
4.
we're about to hit the 3-hour mark. Actually, I think it's about time we wrap this bitch up. What do you say?
Yeah, we're probably gonna get talking just because we talk a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the idea. I just kind of want to get people on here, shoot the shit, you know, just talk for God knows how long, and that's just the general idea. Alrighty, well, wait, I just got a friend request.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's here because these pancakes are from over there. I got a friend's request. He fucking took it. He took it. What the fuck was this?
Wait, that wasn't you?
No, Recreations would like to be your friend.
Yeah, Recreations. Is that the person who's been stalking us?
Probably. Where is he?
What the fuck?
I'm gonna fucking scan with my pointer beam.
Okay.
He's not right next to us right now. Do we fucking just send it?
Weird.
Do you wanna? Yes or no?
Wait, what?
Should we add him or no?
I don't know.
I feel like it's kind of creepy that he's just stalking us, though.
I mean, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but I guess it's not that weird. I don't know.
He
I don't
gave
know,
you a
man.
coffee
Oh my god.
bag.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, let's close out this podcast. Thank you for humoring me for like 3 hours. This was mad entertaining. I'm glad we were able to sit down and talk for. Wait, my coffee cup's. Oh, never mind. Glad we were able to sit here and talk
It's
for like 3
upside down.
hours. It was it was wicked fun. Anything you want to say before we close this bitch out?
Not that I can think of, no.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for,
Seems like this keeps-
if anybody joined us.
They
Appreciate
did.
your time if you made it this far out. All right, later. There. Oh, what the fuck?
Roll the dice.